Welcome to the Aftermath Podcast. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm joined by Dylan.
I'm here in spirit.
And we got...
In spirit, but you're here in physical.
He's here in physical form as well.
Actually, I'm looking straight at you.
Rotten though it may be.
We also have, as you can hear already, he needs no introduction.
Yeah.
As if
I introduced myself
as if I could even introduce him, because he will just talk anyways.
PP.
Ethan is on.
He works every time.
Is on the podcast, and then we also have Chase here.
Hello, it's been
Chase.
a while.
It has been a while, dude. This is the last episode of 2023. This is a big episode, and Dylan and I've been talking about this for a while. And I'm actually I'm a little upset because
43 seconds.
you had to get
Dylan made it 43 seconds before he said something.
you had to go off and get sick on us. So he's a little
I didn't do nothing.
Twice.
Dosed on NyQuil right
he
now.
had to go lick fingers of very dirty people, and
I
now
didn't know
we're
you were
in.
into that, bro.
This is
No,
twice
I
in like
only
1
lick
month.
pretty fingers.
Oh, whoa. Well, they were germ infested, and you're sick now, so it's okay.
Bitch had the gout.
Oh no. Anyways, but with this episode,
I don't think that's contagious.
we had
What the fuck do I have then?
How would you know?
He's a professional. He's a medical professional.
Oh, yeah,
That's
because
irrelevant.
I was going to say there's like a
That's-
lot of gout toes.
I don't think it's relevant
Diagnose me,
here.
Ethan.
Huh?
Diagnose me.
Oh, yeah, flu. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure you got the flu.
you're pretty
Like
sure.
everybody else.
Right.
Like the last 8 patients have had, like everyone I know, I'm pretty sure you've got the flu. Sorry,
No,
bud.
The flu's worse.
I mean, maybe you got
Mild
baby
case
flu.
of flu.
Baby flu.
Supposedly, like there's like a little
Preliminary flu.
a new little strand of COVID that went around
No,
recently. That's
lately,
like
all my
all-
patients have had. This is
Their
pretty
flu.
so all my
Yeah.
patients had the flu. I haven't had anybody tested positive for COVID.
Right.
No,
Anyways,
not
that
at all.
doesn't matter. What I'm
Yeah.
talking about is we had talked about this episode specifically for a long time because I had wanted to talk about this episode specifically, and it is the games by release of
Culmination.
2023. There is a bunch of that is how you vintage just raw.
Yeah. It's just, I wasn't looking at the mic, so it was
I love video
it was kind of distant in the background while you were talking about something else. You just hear me do, "Rah!"
There is a bunch of really great games that came out in 2023.
Damn
and
straight.
so I have a list of their release from
Here, I'll turn-
if you could go ahead and Chase, you can scoot over if you want. You can get in
Yeah,
that corner
and
real
here,
well. There you go.
We'll
yeah.
hold hands. You're not the guy with the
Yeah,
flu.
yeah.
I stepped on
Oh.
your foot. I'm sorry.
Oh man, there's some shady eyes being looked across the table. Oh, okay.
You keep staring at me, people are going to start getting ideas.
About what?
Okay. I don't know if you'd had a chance to look at this and bold any that you wanted to talk about.
I
Or-
did look at it, but
Okay.
I didn't bold anything.
That's okay. I have bolded a few of the ones that I thought were like kind of stick out ones that
Uh-huh.
are pretty big ones that I remember specifically. And you guys, obviously, Ethan, Chase, you're welcome to also.
You scrolled right as I touched the screen, and I thought
Oh.
this was a touch screen.
And
monitor,
you're
so I
like,
just started
"Holy shit."
poking. I started poking at your document.
You're
I
like
was oh my god!
You're like
Holy
a.
shit.
What is the new? What is
Wave
what is
of the
what is
future.
after Gen Z? Is it
Uh,
like a? I don't know the term for it. You're like a young Gen Z kid
I
who's like
can't-
touching every
how-
screen.
Yeah,
like
it's not touch screen while I'm holding a book.
yeah, exactly. I don't understand.
Yeah, how can I turn it on and I'm holding a book like that boomer comic?
So
Jesus.
in 2023, in January, the reason why I'm kind of like rolling through this is obviously there's a lot of games that came out. There's a lot of months in the year, and so I don't want to try and rush through any of it.
Actually, there's 12 months in the year.
No way.
I thought there
Well, you
was
said there was a
6.
lot. I just figured we could.
Probably a lot.
Yeah,
12 is a lot.
12. I didn't say 12 was a lot. I'm just saying we could say the
12's
actual
at least
number.
two. 12's at least two more than a handful.
Dude, yeah,
12 is a
12's,
handful.
12's
Half
actually.
years.
I think it's more than 3. It's like at least 4.
Yeah, I can't even count.
I think it's 4 3 times.
Holy shit, we're doing math now.
Holy shit, we're doing
Dude,
math.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Yeah,
back
so
to the basics.
I don't know what some of these are. So obviously we got
You haven't heard of Kart Rider Drift PC January
No.
12th?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I haven't heard of most of these.
Yeah. Well, we got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot was the first one that I saw on this list.
Okay,
That was
see, now that one I have been on the fence about for a couple years now
why is that?
because on release it was just kind of bare.
Kind of
Okay.
As
Dragon
far as-
Ball?
Actually, no, I won't say bare. It had a shit ton of stuff in it, but it was all fucking busy work.
I
It
see.
felt like
Yeah.
You
what-
grind missions.
The main shit you would look forward to would be the big battles that would
Right.
take place in the story because they were super cool.
Right. I see here that also
Just
little
like in
bit.
the episodes.
and again, each one of these, we may have like duplicates of some that I think I may have bolded more than once, but the difference may be when, like, what platform they're released on. So if you see multiple copies, it depends. Some of them are the original release date. Some of them may be whenever they released on a new console.
Right.
Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 Portable.
Damn.
So
That feels like so long ago.
and that's January 19th of last year.
Jesus.
I don't know. Fire Emblem Engage for the Switch came out on January 20th.
Did hear that one was good. I think I picked that one up.
Really?
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Rise is a big one that came out on all the
fun.
consoles.
I didn't know there was a new Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
am interested.
There's been a few.
I think
that's
that's
one-
one. To get
I
into
think-
Monster Hunter.
I think
It's
John-
not on PC. That's why I didn't hear about it.
Right. I think it may come out later. It is on PC now, but I don't think. Again, this is all the console release and the original release.
Because I never played a Monster Hunter game.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Okay, Hi-Fi Rush.
Okay, it's a good one.
That is some fun shit.
Okay.
It is a rhythm character action game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That was also in January.
Mm-hmm.
Mech Warriors 5. I didn't know the Mech Warriors 5 came out on all the platforms.
Rise of Razzlehag?
DLC.
Oh,
they released for
DLC.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, MechWarrior 5's been out for a little bit.
Okay, I didn't know that. On January 27th of this past year, the Dead Space remake came out. Which,
Oh,
again, that's,
God.
if you want to talk about, it feels like forever ago.
One of the best examples of a remake I can think of.
Yeah, that
other
one
than
was
that
very good.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh
one.
my God! SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake came out.
Dude,
this
no
year?
fucking way.
Guys, we're getting a new game.
Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition apparently came out on the 31st of January.
Fashion Police Squad. Gang.
And then here we go. We're moving into February now. Deliver Us Mars, I think I heard about. There's a few of these. Life is Strange 2 came to the Switch.
Nobody cares.
Overwatch
Nobody
2. Nobody cares.
This is the third season of Overwatch 2, and again,
jeez.
I've bolded a couple of these because I bolded them as a joke.
Yeah, let's riff on this
say,
shit. for
yeah,
a
let's
Life
minute.
go
is
ahead and
Strange 2 Switch's release deserves more than Overwatch 2.
Well, I mean,
It's just a Switch release.
I know. It's just the Switch release of
Oh,
Overwatch.
dude,
That
that's
said-
saying something. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Overwatch 2
Cringe.
is awful. What
On
was
the
that?
Metroid Prime.
Has that game
Dude,
died yet?
yes, Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime remastered.
I fucking,
it
dude,
died
I'm
yet?
a huge fucking mark for
Kinda.
Metroid, dude. Anybody can vouch.
yeah.
As I'm sure, dude, as soon as Dread came out, I was all over that shit.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure you
The
won
original
100%.
Overwatch
I
was
did,
pretty
yeah.
dead.
It was so fucking
what?
fun.
I said the original Overwatch was pretty dead when they made 2. I think it just died more.
Yeah, they killed
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they
I
killed
hope
it.
so.
Yeah, because it was just like a cash grab. Like
There's only
Yeah.
one thing keeping Overwatch alive, and it's not the game.
I know a lot of
Jason, you be quiet right
yeah,
now.
you watch your
Yeah,
mouth.
Yeah, it's the people, the friends we made along the way.
Right.
But no, a lot of people just like, at least not a lot, maybe just a few, but some people I heard just stop dealing with Blizzard altogether after Overwatch 2. They were like, that
Yeah.
was the last straw. I was like, that is the worst release they did by just completely removing the other game and everything, and not
Yeah.
all the things they did at the release of that one, which I don't even fully understand. A lot of people were just like, yeah, Blizzard sucks so
It's
much
just
that I'm done
terrible
playing any
decision after
Blizzard
terrible
game.
They
Just
didn't.
quit.
They promised like a story mode that never was there. They had a
They
lot
fucking
of,
lied.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're lying
About
bastards.
a lot of stuff.
Onto
Oh,
something better though. Hogwarts Legacy came out this year, and that was
Yes.
a fire game.
Ethan, you're an
Absolutely
authority
fire.
on this. I need you to
Yeah,
give
I think
us
I'm the
a
only one here who's
breakdown.
played it. That's why. But it's on sale right now, and I'm trying to get Dylan to get it because I really think you'll like it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's a very difficult game at all by any means. So, like
Mhm.
if you've played, which I think this is actually a cool thing, is like if you've played games, you play on the harder difficulty. It's actually a challenge, but it's kind of very accessible to people who've never played games. Because I know a lot of people who never played any sort of game at all, but they loved Harry Potter. So this game was coming out, and they were like, "This is awesome." So they wanted to play it anyway, but they have no idea how to play games.
Right.
So even though I thought it was ridiculously easy, they had a kind of a more Harvard time. So I think it was a unique game, and also having like read the books and like finished reading the books shortly before it was released, I think it is a fantastically done game. So
cool.
it's
I get that.
it's
That was-
very does very well to like honor the series. A lot of character, like a lot of things that weren't even in the movies are in the game.
Oh wow.
Because there were characters and things that were removed from the movies, and so I think it does a very good job. And obviously, the modding community added to it immediately by making like,
of course.
there's more students now. The students actually go to their classes rather than kind of just standing around.
Oh, it's like
they
a
were-
Radiant AI thing.
Yeah, they made like a better rating, or like people would just walk around. And so like
That's cool.
they actually upped it a lot, and the story's not bad either because it again the story kind of it does one of the only things you can do with Harry Potter, which is go back in time. Because if you go forward, like that's just after that, and all the characters would still be alive. And so it's just like kind of. So it does a really, really good job. It was fun to play. It does get a little repetitive, but this is one of the games that I enjoyed enough to get all of the achievements on, which didn't even take me too long. I got all the achievements on it, and I actually, unlike some games that I wanted to get all the achievements on, I really enjoyed getting all the achievements for it.
Nice.
I can only think of the meme where this dude is fighting one of the instructors, and she's just like, "What are they teaching you over in that school?" And he just goes, "Avada Kedavra!" Just fucking kills her.
I liked people playing like death metal, and it was just like the house elves making the wine and stepping on the grapes, and they're just like death metal playing, and the house elves just rocking out to
Oh,
it.
hell yeah. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't actually know which boss fight that was.
Yeah.
Did that meme happen from? But I've seen the meme.
Right.
But yeah, it actually has some of the, I think, best like supportive. Even though it isn't done that well because like it isn't very long. It has some of the best written supporting stories in a game like just ever to me.
Wow.
There are two people that are Slytherins, and I think both of them have really good stories to like what they do, and like it. I don't know. There's like a lot of it. Kind of is like thought provoking, and like you really get attached to these characters. I wish that it was longer, but man, it actually has some of the best characters I know. Without spoiling it for anybody, Ominous Gaunt is probably one of my favorite characters in.
All
gaming.
right. Well, let's move on. I don't know what Tomb Raider Reloaded is.
It's a mobile game.
It's a mobile game.
God,
that's
that's
really
probably
weird.
why.
Yeah, exactly. That's another one that
Jeez.
came out. By the way, Hogwarts Legacy came out in February 10th, which is crazy to
jeez.
think about. That's crazy. Wanted Dead.
Okay,
Don't know
see,
what that
I
is.
have a copy of this that I was able
Really?
to snag from GameStop. I mean, you guys know how I am. If I see something that looks neat, I'll
Oh,
just
yeah.
fucking pick it up right then and there.
Oh,
Right, yeah.
And,
yeah, that game's wacky.
Yeah, now it's just
That
been,
game's real silly.
gathering dust on the shelf.
Nice.
So I'm planning to give it a go at some point. It looked neat.
But what about Metal Wolf?
Oh, I
Chaos
remember
XD?
this.
Okay, Metal Wolf will we'll get around to that one.
Well, that's an older game anyway. I want us to beat it.
Legendary.
Theater Rhythm.
I
don't know
That's
this.
threat
got
rhythm.
no
Yeah.
clue.
Right, threat rhythm. Final
Oh,
threat
Threat
rhythm.
Rhythm.
Final bar. Shadow Warrior 3.
Tales
Definitive
of
edition.
Symphonia.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Ultimate Sackboy on the mobile device.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Damn.
Atomic Heart.
Ultimate
Dude.
what?
You want to talk about a game that took over the internet again? Was Atomic Heart?
Yeah.
I knew.
mainly just because of the robot.
You're right.
I knew-
I don't know anything about that game.
I knew nothing about the game. I didn't know when it released. I didn't know anything about it. All of a sudden, the funny thing is, I heard about the sexy robot before I heard anything about the game.
I heard about the sexy robot and have still heard nothing about the game.
That was
well,
all the
I still know-
publicity it needed.
Hey, yo,
You're
man,
right.
you seen the sexy robot game?
Yeah, literally, I would have known it was Atomic Heart, but not even known the name until Ian just told me it. I didn't
Yeah.
remember the name of that game.
You're right.
Dude, Digimon World.
Digimon World
Next
Next
Order.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
I don't think I've seen. Oh wait, is that supposed to be the fucking open world that one they
Let me
released?
see. Let's do a little Digimon.
Good Digimon.
What was it called again?
I summoned Dark Magician.
World Next
World.
Order.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Next Order.
Wrong game.
Pikachu, go. Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of.
Look at that rainbow in the sky. How
Holy
pretty.
shit,
Dude,
dude.
we're
M1
so
Abrams
Uma.
go.
Dude, we're so freaking back.
How magical. Look
Said
at this.
M1
my
Abrams
God.
go.
I choose you, M1 Abrams.
Dude, I will stand by War Greymon being one of my favorite fucking designs
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
Which tank is that?
It's the it's the one shaped like an orange dinosaur
Yeah.
wearing armor.
There
Well,
you
they'll
go.
never suspect
The
that.
Tale of Onokoro.
Right.
Actually, never heard of it.
Last Brigade, Zenith, The Last City.
There's a lot of
There's
these
a
I
new
hadn't heard about.
I think Horizons, that new
Oh,
version
yeah.
one.
PS
Horizon Call.
Vita R2 Star Wars Tales from the Guys. I've even heard of this. I don't even know what
Tales
PS
from
Vita R2
I
is.
saw posters
it's
for
a
Galaxy's Edge, but never.
Virtual Reality 2 headset.
Okay. Oh, it's PS Vita.
okay, that's
I was
why.
like,
Yeah,
dude,
no,
they made
yeah,
a
no.
second PS
No,
Vita.
no.
No fucking way.
Yeah,
My
these are a bunch of
ignorance,
VR releases.
showed immediately.
A VR game.
Quoted on that.
VR games came out a whole bunch.
Hey,
in
yo,
February.
Blood Bowl 3, baby.
Yeah, I didn't know they had a Blood Bowl 3. That's
never
crazy.
played
I didn't know
Blood
they had
Bowls,
a 2.
I definitely.
I'll
We
be
should all
honest.
get Blood Bowl, guys. Let's do it.
That'd be
Dude, the
fun.
funny thing is, again, you say that like I didn't know there was a 2.
Mhm.
There's a game in here that I think has a 5th iteration or something, and I was
Yeah.
like, there was a 4.
Are you
There was a
serious?
3?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyways,
It existed?
Company of Heroes.
Ooh.
I
Okay, see,
did not
I've heard,
know that
I've
there
heard
was an-
mixed things about the third one.
Okay,
I don't know if it's worth its salt or not, but I'm still gonna take a look at it. I still have to beat the second one, but
right.
It's still on the list.
I did
A
not
big-
know that there was an Octopath Traveler 2. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I just heard the
Yeah.
first one.
No?
I did not know
The,
those.
Oh, I've been seeing that all over Steam.
The second
Maybe I just didn't see the 2. And I just-
Maybe.
the Forest had I guess their sequel called Sons of the Forest.
Yeah, Chase, you played this one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I played it with Nick.
Bruh.
Damn.
I don't know the full story of it, but I watched some like deep dive videos on like what happens at the end of that game, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you want to talk about like
You know what's funny?
2001:
Dude,
A Space
video
Odyssey?
essays are where it's at right now.
Bruh, dude,
I've been
video
watching so many
essays for like
videos.
so many cool games.
I watched and sent one to
Dude.
Ian that's literally just a video essay, like a 30-minute
Yeah.
one though. It's a short one. It's a
It was
video essay
great.
of
I still
literally.
have to finish that Metal Gear Solid 4 one with you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's literally a 33-minute, I think, video essay on the 13th struggle, the song in Kingdom Hearts 2. Just that song
Is
and
it
how
serious?
well designed it is. Yeah,
And
it's
it
like
was.
it's like a musician guy talking about how
Oh,
this
okay.
like shouldn't work, but because whatever her first name is, Shimamura, right? That's her last- yeah. But her, because she's a freaking genius, it shouldn't work, but she made it work basically.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's a fantastic video.
We
Kirby's
had
Return to Dreamland.
Deluxe on the
Yeah,
Switch.
I can never get enough of Kirby, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
Games are fun.
Kerbal Space Program 2, comically, that came out, and then I started hearing about all my friends that are playing the original. There's a second one
Damn.
out, but like
Right.
I just know that I met new friends that are playing the first one. So I
My
don't know
Kerbal's
any-
boarding the shit fuck too, knowing damn well they're going to crash in re-entry.
the implication
saw
of the
that.
first one is so
I
funny.
love that one.
I love.
It's so good.
I say we skip over Destiny 2 Lightfall just
No,
because
I
Destiny
no.
2.
Again, like I said, I have bolded a couple of these as I have
Okay.
bolded these as a joke, and I want to talk about this for a second because I know this is
Overruled.
gonna overrule. No, let him cook.
All right.
Go ahead,
I
Dylan.
think he's burning.
So
Yeah, he will be.
the light really do be falling
Mm-hmm.
because that was a hot turd
Ball water.
that they just fucking plopped on the floor and expected people to pay for.
Damn.
And I did because I'm stupid.
Not anymore.
But it is.
I thought I told you to get off that game.
Shut.
Shut-
Okay, you should know by now. We've all had this before. You should know that much like League of Legends, Destiny players will tell you that it is the worst thing to happen to them, like a
Yeah.
drug, and then will after saying that,
Yep.
if you're like, I want to play Destiny 2, they'll be like, save yourself now, don't do it. And after saying that sentence, they will go and play Destiny 2.
You know,
immediately.
now that you've said that, I
It's
have noticed
literally
a
just-
pattern.
It's
Even
literally
with
just,
Nick.
it's just a shooter version of League of Legends.
It's a
Everyone's
sunk
like, don't
cost
do it.
fallacy. I've put too much time and money
That's a
into
good
it.
point.
I tell you, I put 6 months worth of my life into that game, and I went on vacation and took that.
You
took
were
that.
cleansed.
I took that week-long break, and I got sober, and I have not gone back, and I'm scared to go back because if I do, I know it's
I don't know
gonna be-
how I got off the
You
first
probably
time.
will eventually because everyone eventually does. But usually the goal is to make your relapses shorter. Every
Right,
time
right.
You do it.
The thing is, they're making it such
Probably
hot
poetic.
garbage. From what Dylan tells me, that it's not enticing me to
not.
go back at all.
Yeah.
So
For me, I played it and I got not only really interested in,
Oh,
but very
dude.
good at the PvP.
Yes,
and
you
I
did.
This
loved
motherfucker
it.
wrecked ass in the
Dude.
Crucible like it was nobody's business.
dude, he hops over 48 hours and starts wrecking shit
Yeah,
within
the problem is,
Crucible. And I was like, damn.
I had a squad of people, but I was the newest in the
Yeah.
squad, so I had to like get experience and new gear or whatever to like kind of do what you guys were doing.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I had absolutely no real desire to get into the other aspects of the gameplay. So I was
Yeah.
in Destiny 2
Severely
and
lacking.
I was enjoying the PvP so much, but because I didn't do any of the other gameplay, the PvP didn't truly feel as rewarding as it could have been. On top of that, there were like weapons and gear and things that I probably should have upgraded that because I was getting to the point where I was like, I should probably be upgrading some of my gear,
right. Yeah.
and that would require me to do shit that I didn't want to do. So I straight up stopped playing. But actually, I think honestly, Destiny 2 is probably, of all the games that I got really good at the PvP in, Destiny 2 is probably the game that I got the best at the fastest. And I
Yeah.
didn't get very far because of how little I ended up actually playing
Yeah.
the game. But I think by like second Crucible match, I like figured out how it works. It's different. You're fighting
It
up
is,
against
yeah.
AI and all that. It's kind of different. So I figured out like kind of the strat of like how you move, because every shooter game's kind of different. You want to like peek corners and stuff. So my second game of Crucible, I went 14-1. and like all my teammates didn't do anything.
Holy
and like
shit.
I like just slaughtered. I was like, I think I get it now.
yeah. And then he quit while he was ahead, and I was like,
I
damn.
quit after I think, but I like got most of it for free or like because people bought it for me, and like I didn't sink too much money, but even if I did sink money, I got a good like 50 hours out of it, and
Yeah.
like I think my gameplay was still fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
A side note, though, the second place of the best PvP that I ever got at, even though it took me forever, it would be Lord of the Rings Online.
Oh, bruh,
Ooh.
dude, I got so good at Lord of the Rings Online PvP.
The problem is, I never actually made it to level cap. So even though it was the
Yeah.
one that I got the best at, I was never as strong as other people. So I had to plan more. I had to like bait the enemy and stuff.
This year in 2023, I went down a real rabbit hole with Lord of the Rings Online, and I played for a solid 6 months as well.
I think after playing Shadow of War and getting all the achievements in that one,
Yeah.
another one that I very much enjoyed getting all the achievements on, I was about to start playing Lord of the Rings Online again. I was like close. I think I updated or something, and I was like, I'd like to hop on and get on my captain and just.
Hell yeah!
That is definitely not on this list.
No. That's okay. That's okay.
But, yeah.
I mean, they were also just talking about the games that we've played. Like, I mean, like I've also been in a real Star Wars kick. So I've been playing Squadrons a lot, Battlefront 2, the new one. And
There's
there's a whole bunch of other stuff.
There's a Peaky Blinders game.
Yeah, I don't know what that's.
Oh my god.
The King's Ransom PC March.
Yeah.
What?
But before we do that, we gotta talk about the season 3 of Halo Infinite.
Yeah,
Oh.
listeners, tell us
What?
if the Peaky Blinders game is good. Keep going now. Sorry, I just
Yeah.
wanted listeners. Email
I
me.
didn't know they had seasons for Halo Infinite.
Little did I know that we were on the third
Buddy,
one.
Yeah.
I wish they didn't.
I finished the campaign and then stopped.
I haven't
I
even
couldn't
touched
even
it
finish
yet.
the campaign.
It's multiplayer,
Nice.
right? Like
Imagine
split
me
screen.
not finishing a Halo game.
Yeah. Oh, you couldn't
Yeah.
finish the campaign?
I couldn't, man.
Really? It's like
No.
bad?
I fell off so hard.
Oh, wow.
I
I'm
think
actually really surprised because I haven't played it yet, and I was about to say actually we need to finish I'd like to play Reach again with you, but like we need to finish our.
Like, I mean, it was
It's
still,
like the last game on the list.
It was still fun. Like, it was.
I remember
It just.
I played.
Rest in peace. Hey, what year did Halo 4 come out?
Halo 4 came out in 20.
And also, what year did the first Halo come out?
Holy shit, 2012? Jesus Christ. Halo CE was 2001.
2001. Okay,
Yeah.
rest in peace, Halo 2001 to 2012.
Oh, no, not even 2012. That shit died with Reach.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
giving because we've talked about this that like 4 wasn't
Yeah, yeah,
good
yeah.
at all, but it was like the last game that you were like it's acceptable because the multiplayer like you can
No,
still
see,
split
at first
screen.
I was giving it the benefit of the doubt because it still had those qualities, but now I'm past it.
Yeah,
I-
now
I
so
can't.
in that case 2010 because Reach is it. So yeah. So basically
As far as I'm
10
concerned, at
years
least.
of solid Halo experience. 10 years. 10 years.
Yep.
That's still good because
10 of the best years of my life.
what I'll say is like, as a guy who played all of this late, like I think I started playing it in like 19 or 20.
Yeah.
And I will say, yeah, I mean, between the first game and Reach, the only one that I wasn't a huge fan of, that's completely personal opinion, was ODST.
Yeah.
I liked the dynamic of all the other games. ODST's dynamic was totally different, and it didn't really appeal to me. But literally, they were all amazing games, and I even enjoyed kind of roasting it. But playing, it was 4 that we roasted.
Oh,
right?
yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
It wasn't split screen, right?
Dude, the fart guns.
Yeah, that's not what
God.
we haven't done 5. It was 4
No.
that I just watched you play. We roasted it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. In that case.
Okay, see, yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
4
it
is,
was.
4 is good if you got someone else to laugh at it with,
Yeah.
but I mean,
That's it.
it's just not something I play
Yeah,
on
that
my
doesn't
own.
mean it's good just because you can
Yeah.
laugh at it.
No,
That's the
I
same thing
will
with
say,
Kingdom Hearts 3. Just because you can sit here and laugh at it doesn't mean it's a good game.
That man.
arrest him! Give me that chip. Because of its release on Steam and people getting access to mod tools for it, I have gone for the Master Chief Collection.
Okay.
People have been putting out a shit ton of mods for it. Now I've been going through the whole catalog just to see what sticks. And they've made some good ones.
For which one?
For CE, for 2,
Oh,
for
right.
Reach.
Okay, yeah.
Are the
The-
mods good?
Yes.
There's a lot of them
very
good.
good. The Mythic Overhauls specifically. Ruby's Rebalanced CE is another good one. I'm going to have to show these to you.
Chase, we need to do a modded lasso play of Halo 2.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, that'd be too much.
No, it'd be awesome. And I picked Chase because I know he's the only one who's masochistic enough to do it with me.
What you talking about? I'm always ready for lasso, bitch.
We did
What do you
try
mean
it.
You're always ready for lasso.
I'm always ready for lasso.
Yeah,
I-
and then we die like 87 times. He's like,
We
let's take a
talked
break.
about this earlier.
4 months ago, I'm like, hey, you ready for lasso? You're like, nah, maybe another time.
Okay, but you were fucking joking.
Okay, yeah.
Was
Also,
I?
I'm currently playing Wizard 101, so like,
Get
let
out.
me do that for. I'm not even shitting you guys.
Wait,
no,
out.
I saw that.
Not joking. No,
I saw
okay. So
that.
on Steam, what happened was I launched it. I can't play on Steam though because my account was made on the website like billion years
Yeah.
ago, and so you only can launch it through the official launcher.
Hey, what were the dinosaurs like, dude?
They were cringe, actually. They
No
were
fucking way. I
The
love
T-Rex was a lot
dinosaurs.
more cringe than you'd think.
No.
Yeah. But the Stegosaurus,
Yeah.
based.
I mean, nobody fucking with Stegosaurus, but damn.
I literally
No, I saw
I
that.
just
I was
picked
like-
2 dinosaurs off the top of my head and roasted them.
I was like, there's
Um,
no way he started Wizards 101 again.
Oh no, I did. I
Oh,
did. So
God.
the thing is, I watched like a video of Josh Strife Hayes, who like roasts MMOs, and he's like, "Was it bad? Like, he plays the worst MMOs ever."
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so he picked this one, and I was like, I want to see him roast it. And he actually was like, no, honestly, it's a pretty solid game. The only thing I don't like is that it surprises you with the paywall, which for like the last 2 months,
Yeah,
all of the first
yeah.
world is completely free for like the last 2 months.
Mm.
So I got back into it because I never actually got to finish the story. So that's right. I am 25 years old playing Wizards 101.
Damn,
and actually,
dude.
on the real, and totally enjoying my time with it right now.
I didn't know that.
It's actually very fun. I'm playing that intermittently with Dishonored 2. Whenever I want to like just listen to a podcast, because that's why I like MMOs, is I can turn the audio down
Yeah.
for most of them at least. I didn't do it with Star Wars: The Old Republic because I like the story too much.
Of course, yeah.
But for most of them, especially if it's like a second playthrough, like a different alt character or something, I just turn the audio down and I just listen to podcasts.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Dylan, Ethan, and I all had
or
like,
the Critical Role, not
Yeah.
just a podcast, but the Critical Role too. So.
we all 3 had like role playing characters we played on Star Wars: The Old Republic.
That's pretty great.
And dude, I miss those guys.
That's where my
I
my
love
new
them so
screen
much.
name, Gun Hard Bullet, came from.
Exactly,
That
yes, it
character.
is.
And it's a really good one. That's my Discord name, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Discord was like, "Hey, you need to change your screen name," and I was like, "I guess it's Gun Hard Bullet." And then one of my friends in the military was like, "What even is that?" And I was like,
That's
"Gun
my name.
Hard Bullet."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love that.
But yeah, I swap between Dishonored 2 and whenever I'm like playing a game because I want to just play a game. And
Yeah.
if I just want to like listen to the Critical Role or a podcast or something or a video essay that I'm paying attention to in the
Yeah.
background, then I can just play that. So I've actually just been juggling those 2, and it's very good. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
it's like they're totally different games, which is why it works well.
It's the same thing with like Minecraft,
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
other like sandbox games like that,
Mhm.
where you can just kind of like do some grinding, do some mining, do some whatever,
Yeah.
and like listen to like a podcast in the background. I used to do that all the time.
Cozy camping.
Yeah.
Valheim. I started back up Valheim recently.
Never played
but
that one. I don't know
dude,
what I should
it's pretty fun. It's really
Mhm.
good. It's another like sandbox construction based, survival game. It's really fun. Except
Well,
it's all Viking based and it's
yeah.
hilarious.
Hell
It's
yeah.
great.
Well, as a side note, me and Chase have actually both been playing Dishonored 2. You
Yep.
kind of finished yours. You did a no powers run.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm playing it super late because it came out freaking ages ago. But I got it from like a huge like discount when it came out, and I think I got it was that one and Death of the Outsider. I got both of them.
I saw that Yui, and you still got that Canadian spelling.
Oh no, actually that's how I've been spelling it. Yes, same.
Don't call me out, dude.
On the cast in front of God and the internet, bro.
Damn, yes, I accidentally put a U in honored. My bad.
Yeah. So
Maple scented balls exposed.
yeah. So I played. What do you? Oh.
Stop that.
Arrest that man! Arrest him! But yeah, I played it. I actually really enjoyed it. I think that the first game, there's something I don't know if you feel the same way, but I feel like there's something different about the 2 games, and I feel like the first game is somehow more like charming. Maybe it's just because it's the first time
Yeah.
it happened to Corvo.
Yeah, it's the
but
same way.
It feels like you're more Dishonored in the first game, whereas
You're more Dishonored.
Yeah, whereas in the second game, it's kind of like if you're playing as Emily, then it's kind of like, oh, like this is a different thing. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't feel the same. But if you're playing as Corvo, it's just like a oh shit, here we go again thing, where it's like I think his story's better. I think Corvo's story is better so far. I'm on level 2 with him, but very, very good game. I really
Yeah, I don't know.
enjoyed it.
The first one had a sort of charm about it.
Yeah, it like I said, it felt. I guess maybe it's because the level in between was like that bar and not like the boat. I think that's a big difference. The boat doesn't feel
Yeah.
the same. I think I don't know, but either way, I also my first playthrough was a high chaos playthrough. So maybe this other one I'll have more friends because I will kill everyone.
There you go.
See,
Because
you did the opposite.
yeah. But you played the game before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
played it back on
On
PS3 or PS4 right when it came out.
Yeah, and so for me, this was my first playthrough, and I was like, the game kind of makes it sort of obvious that Emily is sort of the first person you're supposed, because especially like the tutorial is done from Emily's perspective. When you're walking around the beginning, it's Emily's perspective. So the game's kind of clearly saying like your first playthrough, like the story is supposed to be Emily first. That said, I still think Corvo is better, but that's my side tangent because I
Right.
just beat my first campaign of it, and I loved
That's
it
just
enough.
because you played it Corvo in the first game.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's way better. I like his Blake more, but I will be getting all the achievements on that one too because I love that game too much.
I forgot
Which
about
game?
this, but
Dishonored 2.
Oh no, I thought you said you didn't like that game too much.
No, I liked it too much, so I will be getting these.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do. If I really love a game, then I will spend the time to try and get all the achievements.
the Outer Worlds came out
Oh boy.
in the beginning part of March, and that's another like Obsidian game that from the makers of Fallout New Vegas. Everyone loves their stuff. I didn't hear anything about that game, but apparently it was a big deal for a while. Everyone was
I've
kinda-
heard the name, but yeah, I kind of just
It was
Don't hear
definitely hyped up. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
haven't heard of it since.
Don't know. Justice League,
Cosmic
Chaos. Yeah,
See.
and Valheim was able to be released on Xbox One and
Oh yeah.
Series S and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, Baldur's Gate was released on Xbox recently.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think we'll get to that pretty soon.
Don't worry,
actually.
that'll be at the end of the list.
Yeah.
70 minutes.
Valheim is a super cool game.
Mhm.
I really enjoy
I'll probably
it.
look into
Made
it.
by the same folks who got Deep Rock going, I
Yep.
believe.
Oh, really? In
Yeah.
that case, I'm super interested because they
Yeah.
they did a great job with. Even though I haven't played that much Deep Rock, I did enjoy my time with it, and it's that kind of
Mhm.
game where you just hop in with friends.
Yeah.
I've thought about. We're gonna get to it later, aren't we? But still, I've thought about getting. Oh man, what's it called? That's everyone's been playing it.
What we get to narrow it down from a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Okay.
Do I have it?
Lethal Company. Yeah.
Lethal Company.
Oh,
Yeah, Lethal
no, no,
I like
Company.
yeah,
getting
you
Lethal
should
Company
get
because
Lethal
it's
Company.
pretty cheap and all my friends are playing it. So I'd like to get that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you?
That was the jingle. That
Oh yeah.
plays
It's
for the
he was
shop.
he was singing like the jingle. Like the first time we played, I was like, oh god, I hope that doesn't like persist.
Yeah.
And it definitely does. And I'm like, I can't handle that. And I was like,
happens every time.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, so I was thinking about getting that one because like all my friends are playing it.
You'll get
Yeah.
a good laugh
It's
at it. I
really
can
good.
tell you that.
Yeah,
All your
and
friends are
also
dead.
honestly, the one you were just talking about, you were playing today with like Nick and with Kobe.
Ready or
Oh,
not.
yeah, Ready or Not?
Right now, I've heard about getting that one too because even though it's not my type of game, a lot of people I know are playing it. It does look pretty fun.
Yeah, well,
It sounds all the time you tell stories. It's the most unhinged thing I've ever heard. And I want to
Oh
play.
yeah.
It sounds so fun.
Yep, peeked around at the corner, got shot in the head immediately. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it does.
The with Valheim specifically, and it being from the people that also have Deep Rock Galactic, it has like an interesting art style, and anyway, it's just a cool survival game where you're playing as a Viking. Can't really go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Anno 1800 came out in March of this year as well. Bayonetta Origins,
Yeah, that was a little puzzle game. Pretty
Okay.
cool.
Interesting.
Remnant. I've heard a lot about Remnant.
Mm-hmm.
Or well, I don't think
Never heard
that's
of
not the. I don't think that's the one that I'm thinking of. 'Cause I think it just came out on the Switch.
Yeah, that's
so
the
it's a
first
different.
one.
Apparently, there was a Resident Evil 4 remake. For
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
the
was that
stuff.
resident subject matter expert Dylan? Was that good?
I'd say yes.
Was that the one that was on the console whenever we turned it on over there? Or was that the original?
No, that was the original
Okay.
that I've got on there. I prefer the original personally.
Yeah, I heard good things. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I
But the
remember I heard good
remake-
things about the remake.
Yeah, the remake is good. Definitely. I don't know. There's just,
Dude, the EA store, it's PGA.
I'm sure it's just rose tinted glasses, but I really do like the old one.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the way it tends to go. I still like the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, and that's
Oh,
that's a
gosh.
dated game, bro. It doesn't
Oh,
hold up
man.
as well,
I
but
love it.
it's quite
Such
a
a
game.
great game. What a masterpiece and a gem.
Yeah, Last of Us Part 1.
The Last of Us Part 1, which is again another remake. Remake of the original Last of Us, but for PC, which is what that release is for, which is kind of cool. I mean, that was a PlayStation exclusive. Now
Yeah.
being ported over to the PC, I'm always down for that. Always
Still
like a good,
waiting for Bloodborne.
Yep,
Bloodborne to PC?
The
Mhm.
first, yeah.
Oh.
that was a PlayStation exclusive.
Ah,
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. That'd be
Remains
dope.
to this day a PlayStation
Yeah.
exclusive.
Cringe.
Right.
You know what? I want to see ported, and I just realized, and I don't think it ever will, but I just thought about the other day. I was thinking about, again, getting achievements in games I've gotten them all on, and I was like, I've gotten all of the achievements for every Sly Cooper game, and all of them are PlayStation.
dude.
And I would really love to play the newest
Yeah.
one, Thieves in Time, and I've never got the chance to because
Me either.
whenever that game was coming out, I was on PC by that point.
Yeah,
I would
same.
I would definitely play through all of them for like the fourth time.
Dude, same. I love
If
those
do.
games so
They're
much.
so good, yeah.
I haven't played them in such a long time.
Yeah.
Last time I even witnessed someone playing them was the last time you played them.
Yeah, because I was playing through them with Dylan whenever we got them.
Yeah.
That was
Dylan got
after I
the-
had just moved in.
Good games. Yeah.
Yeah,
good
Dylan
freaking
got
games.
the
I think that was the first series we started. I think after that was Halo. It
like on the PlayStation Store. They had like a Sly Cooper bundle where you can get all
was like on
three of them.
sale or something.
And also like a
Yes.
Jack and Daxter one, as well as like a
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank one. Dude, I was watching a video and
Speedrunner?
a video essay. It was like a video essay, and it was like talking about like music. No, it was the video you showed me of the boss fight music. The
Oh, yeah, oh,
the
yeah,
13th
and then
Dilemma.
the pop one from Up Your Arsenal, I
exactly,
think
yeah,
it
from
is.
Up
Yeah.
Your Arsenal. And I was like, man, I was watching the footage of that fight, and I was like, bruh,
Yeah.
I haven't
That
played.
boss song is so good,
dude,
too.
I haven't played Up Your Arsenal in years,
Yeah.
but what a good game, dude.
Let me. I guess also Deadlock's fantastic.
Deadlock's
but
fantastic.
Let's
Deadlocked.
take a step back. In the video, he talks about what makes good like boss music
Yeah.
and soundtracks, and basically he's saying like he made a checklist that's really good and why he thinks that the 13 Struggle is a great boss like soundtrack. But then he talks about why that doesn't apply to every song because not everything needs to be dramatic because that boss song in Ratchet and Clank where it's
Right.
you're fighting a pop star
all
and
about
her
context.
pop song is like given a dubstep remix is actually one of the best boss songs I've
Yeah.
ever heard. And so he talks about that and it's actually a really great point. I thought the same thing. I was like,
yeah.
I need to play that game.
I know it's been so long since I
Oh,
played
dude, they're so
any
good.
of the Ratchet and Clank games, most specifically Up Your Arsenal, Deadlock. Those are ones that
Yeah.
I feel like we have burned into, we've etched into our memory.
Core memory.
Because both Ethan and I have probably, I remember we used to do
Played
like,
through Deadlock like 4 times.
Dude, we used to New Game Plus like in a whole day. We would like start a whole new game or start a game, play through it in New Game Plus that game like 4 or 5 times in a day.
For why not?
Dude,
you
and
know?
then we just
I had
have like
2 trillion bolts.
Dude, we'd have copious amounts of money, and we would get all the secrets and stuff. Dude, I miss those days.
Yeah,
What a
the way I thought about it again though was Violin speedruns. He's a speedrunner
Yeah.
on YouTube. Very good videos. You should watch them. He was doing other games. He started doing just Kingdom Hearts speedruns, and he wants to branch out. And he's actually doing really good. It's really cool to watch other speedruns. I love it. That's a really cool thing for him. So he's speedrunning other games. And he was playing with somebody who was a world record holding Ratchet and Clank speedrunner. And so I went on that guy's video and watched him do it, and I was like, "These games are so buggy, but God, they're
dude,
so
so good, dude.
Yeah.
oh man, they're so good."
Yeah.
So yeah,
But anyways, so for our continuing list, we're now moving into April of this year. We got
Overwatch 2 Season 4. Wow, that's crazy.
Everspace 2, Overwatch 2 Season
Straight
4. I can't believe that. I don't even know why are they continuing to do seasons for that? Like that game can't have.
It can't be succeeding.
It can't be
right?
succeeding.
It can't be profit.
Somebody out there still paying for it.
You're right.
Yeah,
I didn't play Tron Identity,
Bet.
or I don't know what it's about, but that's another. Tron Identity.
Ghostwire Tokyo was an interesting one. I haven't gotten to play it yet, but it
Yeah.
is in my library. It's
Let me see
Okay.
if-
what I would describe as a first-person action game where you go about the streets of Tokyo fighting a bunch of yokai,
Oh yeah, I do remember this one.
which are like these fucking
Bro,
Japanese folklore monsters.
That sounds kind of hardcore.
It's
actually.
radical, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Shit,
Mm-hmm.
that's terrifying.
Yeah. It's freaky stuff.
Oh no.
But it
Oh
looks- yeah.
God. oh no.
Oh, yeah, float a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
It looked fun though.
I mean, it looks fun.
The
It also
internet
looks
is
like I
doing
probably
a
shit my
graphic
pants though
advantage.
too. Bro, what's wrong with his face, dude?
He got that goop.
He got that goop on him.
I was gonna say he got the gout.
He got that gout in his
This
eye.
is a judgment-free zone.
Hey yo, why?
I'm
hey, yo,
judging
Hey, yo,
anyway.
why Slenderman be creeping, dude? Why Slenderman be creeping
Honestly,
behind him?
Slenderman's less scary whenever
Yeah,
he's not
yeah,
that
you're
slender.
right. Right, yeah, you're right. Akita, what the hell?
They de-slendered the
Yeah,
the
they
Slender Man.
de-slendered-
He's just man.
yeah, he's just man
He's just
now.
white face man. Like
He's just the man without the face.
Mhm.
also, guys, what is Disney Speedstorm early? That's early
Early
access.
access.
Like, what
I
is
think
Disney
it's a
Speedstorm?
racing game
It's gotta
Disney
be.
is developing, or maybe was
Yeah, you
developing.
can play
I
as
don't even know
Lightning
if it's
McQueen.
out yet.
But yeah, it is a Disney racing game. Wow,
Mhm.
they are
Arcade racing game.
I bet it's awful.
I wasn't
I
going to
mean-
say.
I mean, it's hard to get an arcade racer wrong.
I guess that's a
yeah.
good point. It could probably be. It doesn't have to be that good. Honestly, it's just.
Just has to
it's
be
It's
Disney.
Disney Mario Kart. Yeah,
Dude, I am going to say this here and now, and I probably have already said it. For anybody out there, there is a PlayStation 2 game called Looney Tunes Space Race.
guys.
Bruh, you want to talk about a fire freaking racing game? Not only is it a good racing game, dude, that you want to talk about a soundtrack for a game that goes so freaking hard for
Yeah.
no reason.
Absolutely
just
nutty.
just
good
listen
stuff.
to the freaking soundtrack for Looney Tunes Space Race. and your life will
While
be changed.
driving. You'll be like, can drive 2011.
Yeah, because dude, you'll be friggin'. I'll be driving like 2011.
Drive like it's 2011, like you're
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling and you're the driver.
drive.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
yo,
drive.
why Baloo locked up?
Do you
my
know Jack
God.
Sparrow?
Yo, Jack
locked?
Sparrow
He's a
freaking
trickster.
locked
You
up.
can play as
Shocker.
Mowgli. Oh my god.
Hey yo,
Dude, who's Elizabeth Swan? I'm gonna be honest. I don't
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, okay, that's why I didn't know. I was like, guys,
Who the hell?
Okay, Mega Man Battle Network.
Where's that at?
I just,
Oh,
it's
Mega Man
just
Battle.
yeah. I just recently got into those. I'd always known about them because I had played some of the OG Mega Mans and some of the X series, including motherfucking Command Mission that I recently got for the PS2 that I want to go through because the dub is fucking horrendous.
Oh,
Ethan, I need
God.
you to be present for it.
Oopsie.
It's so funny.
Okay.
But, so far, it's been pretty fun. It's definitely interesting.
Cool.
I would consider it like a card battler, or at least something similar,
We got
but not like
Horizon.
modern day ones.
We got Horizon Forbidden West, which I think that's the one I was thinking of. That's the like the Horizon Zero Dawn sequel, Burning Shores for PS5. Know nothing about it.
Oh wait, I think Burning Shores is a DLC for it.
Oh, okay. Well, regardless, April 20th, DNF Duel for
Got
the
a
Switch.
Switch release, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is another Arxis fighter that came out that I have gotten a hold of, but haven't given a shot yet.
Really?
Yeah,
didn't know
because I've been too preoccupied with Strive and
Ooh,
Grand Blue
Strive.
as of
Oh
late.
yeah, I've never been into fighting games at all. It was never my thing, and the controls weren't it. But I decided to do Grand Blue Fantasy versus
Rising.
Rising. Okay, I keep getting that and Relink confused. I don't want to get into the wrong one. So I tried that for the first time and actually did way better than I thought I would, and actually really enjoyed it. So now I have a new goal. I've told Dylan that I am going to train and I'm going to challenge him up against his main character and try and defeat him.
There you go. So if I'm not mistaken, this is the official release of Dead Island 2. Was April 21st of this year.
Hasn't that game been out for like
Dude, no.
It's
This is the game.
advertising out for years.
Dead Island 2 is the prime example of being in development hell. It got, when was like the...
much like Cyberpunk 2077?
Yeah, first...
We were in high school and you showed me that game for the first time, and 10 years later I think it was released.
Actually, do you remember Chelsea?
Yeah.
She was the one that showed us.
2014, Jesus.
That was
20
back in like
Bruh.
She was the one who like showed it or whatever.
yeah.
That's basically like beginning of high school or whatever, or like middle school.
Yeah,
This-
it was,
It
more
was like
middle
15
school.
years ago.
Yeah, basically.
This right here, 2014, was when this E3 trailer released.
Yeah, I remember hearing
And
about it.
it was very shortly on the heels of the regular Dead Island, but I don't know all the details. But it has been in development hell for the better
That
part of 10
explains why I
years.
didn't even know that it was released. 'Cause it was just
and that's
released.
why I want to talk about it, because it got released this year, which was it's 9 years from when like the first like teaser trailer got released, which is kind of crazy. We also in April got Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Jedi Survivor, which is the sequel to The Last Jedi.
Yeah, the PC release sucked for that game. Actually, up until just now, or like last month, so November, that game really sucked on release for PC specifically, the port. And I saw that there was Chase was able to play it actually, and it wasn't too terrible for him, right? On
It
release.
had its moments
Yeah.
where it was like
It was-
really bad.
It was mostly acceptable though. About November, I saw that the reviews changed because you know how Steam does the overall reviews, which was like positive, and then the latest reviews, which had been actually
Recent
negative
reviews.
or mixed for a long time. And then eventually, I checked it again whenever it was on sale because I was like, I just beat Jedi Fallen Order, so I'll look at Survivor now. And I was not having a fun time with Jedi Fallen Order. It was such a buggy mess. I really enjoyed the game, which is why I also got all the achievements, but I did not enjoy getting all the achievements because it was a buggy mess.
Yeah.
I kept the movement inputs weren't working and stuff, random stuff like that. It was terrible.
So
But-
that we get Redfall, Age of Wonders 4, We get a console release for Hogwarts Legacy in May, so this is all for May. And then
Darkest
we got
Dungeon
Darkest
2.
Dungeon 2,
Yeah.
May 8th of
That
this
was
year.
that was
The
that
big
was a good
day.
one. It was finally released. I've been playing it for a long time. The early access was there, but it was finally.
Oh, I didn't know you had
released.
early access to that.
Yeah. It was really good as well.
You had it through the Epic Games Store, right?
Yeah. It wasn't released on PC on Steam until it was fully released. So I started a new playthrough on Steam. I think I'm at the last boss. I haven't picked it up again, but I'm at the last act. I have to fight one more boss, and then I've beaten it. It's really good. I really enjoy that game. It's
Nice.
again, it's also missing a lot of the charm of the first one. I think
Yeah.
I like the meta progression in the first one more.
It's the same thing I heard, is that a lot of people didn't like some of the changes they made gameplay-wise.
Kind of understand why they did. The whole point is you're climbing the mountain and you're doing a different run every time, but it just feels more like in the first game, death is inevitable and you're going to lose heroes that you like and that you've renamed. In the second game, if somebody dies on a run, it pretty much freaks up your run. Like you might get a different person who's good, but if not, then you're going to get a class that doesn't fit with your thing and the whole run's just done.
Damn.
And so, whereas if somebody died in a run in Darkest Dungeon, the original, you could cut your losses and leave the other 3 alive, and that person's gone. Like you got more attached.
It sounds more rogue-like, where it's kind of like a draw, like a random draw.
They're both roguelike, but the second
Different
one,
breed.
the meta progression's not as good.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and so
More
I
randomized.
liked the fact that in the first one the meta progression was that I would name characters as soon as I got them, and so it was funny to be like, "Oh, bad news, Nathan. You survived the Darkest Dungeon, but you came back and got syphilis." Like that was a funny thing, right? Now, if I name a character, then what happens is you make it to the end, you beat it, and the next run, the name's not saved, or it wasn't at first. So it's like that character you don't get
Doesn't
attached.
carry over. Yeah.
You don't feel attached. They don't get anything. Whereas like you could upgrade the house different. I don't think that the altar's the same. So there was a lot of things I didn't like about it. It's a totally separate game than the first one, though. So I think the first one is better, but I think that the second one's very good at what it is. Like it's still a very, very good game, and I still love the dynamic of this like Lovecraftian, Cthulhu shit. It's just such a good game.
Good stuff.
May 12th of this year, we had Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
The Legend of Zegend.
The
Leg of Zeg.
The Leg of Zeg.
Leg.
Tears of the Kingdom for people they loved and hated that game. Apparently,
Really?
A lot of things that
A lot of people were looking forward to it. For reasons which I can understand, the main gripe I heard about it was that it was just Breath of the Wild with a new story and some new mechanics.
Right.
Isn't that what it was supposed to be? Or was it trying? Did people think it was going to be?
I mean,
like other Zelda games where they're like totally different.
People should have expected the same stuff, and I mean, more than a few did. Like especially with early gameplay trailers. I mean, it's just like Breath of the Wild. But I guess people were just hoping for a little more.
Hoping for more than they got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I heard a similar thing, but.
And then we can't let this pass up without talking about it. On May 25th, we had the Lord of the Rings Gollum game.
5 out of 10 on Steam and 4 out of 10 on IGN. Never heard of it.
Truly a masterpiece.
What?
The
Gollum game?
Wait.
That is the worst game ever created.
That's all I was saying. I was like, it says 5 out of 10 on Steam, 4 out of 10 on IGN, and I actually straight up never even heard of it.
I'm surprised it even got that high.
Yeah, I've never heard of this, so I just looked it up whenever I saw
If
it.
you want, if you want a good laugh as to how you think how a company could make a whole game with basically no gameplay in it,
it's a shitty.
and it's just a shitty walking simulator where you're like kind of getting beat up as Gollum. And it's like not even that great or doesn't have any really story. And it was like a buggy mess on release. And like it was a full price game on the PS5.
Is Gollum the worst game of 2023? Is the first thing on Google.
If you have to ask, then yes.
Takes the top low spot with a score of just 34. So basically, it was so far it's been considered on Metacritic it is the worst game of 2023.
It was a game that on release no one had heard about, and it was dreadful. You can watch some pretty hilarious videos online about like how they're like, who approved this?
I thought as much as I enjoyed
who threw this needless blow at this IP.
Have you started Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War yet?
Ooh.
I started Shadow of Mordor a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that one's really good. The story's great. That's a fun thing about that, which is why seeing this now, like I knew it was going to be bad because the story for Shadow of War, I just really didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. Story for Shadow of Mordor, really cool, really good.
Yeah.
I like it. Story for Shadow of War was like so impressively mid, if like at best. I just hate. It's like just whatever. I didn't need any of this. The game is really fun though.
I think this game also came out around the same time that all the Rings of Power stuff kind of came out. So it was just like, man, you're really just trying to like shit on this whole franchise.
Exactly, and that's what I felt. I was like, Shadow of War feels like the Rings of Power of Lord of the Rings video games, because it was just the story had that everything that people hate about Rings of Power was basically in Shadow of War's story. Problem is the gameplay again is mint. It's so good,
right?
And the Nemesis system, everything. It was such a good game. Story sucks, but I loved that game. And I was telling Chase when he was like, "Should I get these games?" I was like, "You should get both of them. They're both good." I think the second one's a little bit better in gameplay wise, in my opinion.
Yeah, but worse in story.
I was like, but you should pay attention to the story in the first game. In the second game, if you skipped every cutscene, you would still enjoy the gameplay. You'd be missing one really sick cutscene that I'll just look up and show you. That's it. And that's whenever he like shouts at people after winning in the arena. Yeah. It was such a badass scene.
We got Battle Operation 2 for Gundam released on
awaited PC release.
PC release for that game. I don't think you played any of that, have you?
I think you played shit ton on PS4 after they released it, because as a Gundam fan, I feel fairly starved for playable media.
Of course.
At least none that I have to import and or pirate.
Yeah.
Yarhar. However, I started it up and just gave it the once over again. And I mean, it's still a fun game to play on its own, but I don't think I could get into it like I was initially.
Super Robot Wars.
Dude, I'm dying for some new Super Robot Wars.
Holy shit, that's a great game.
I was just saying how much you're into it. Like,
yes, dude, it's one of my favorites.
That's like his Terraria for me. Or you're playing it all the time.
It's the Super Smash Brothers of Mecha.
Yeah,
but
we got a little Company of Heroes 3 System Shock for PC. Dude. I didn't know they released System Shock for PC.
It's a remake of the original.
I see. Okay.
Chase, you like System Shock? Speak.
Speak, boy.
Speak of it.
Use your words.
I really don't know much about it.
System Shock?
I've never actually played System Shock.
Boy,
well, I mean, I knew you never played it, but I knew you liked it at the very least, right?
From the premises that I've seen of trailers and gameplay videos, yeah.
Shit's good. It's a classic first-person shooter.
Though I hear it's really hard.
I think Chase is doing an old gaslight on you. He's pulling your leg.
Gaslighting isn't real.
You're crazy.
What are you talking
Stop
about?
making words up.
You made that up.
You made that up, bitch.
But yeah, I mean it's very good as far as the remake goes, especially for a game like that I would consider that shit like unadaptable for modern day.
You
like
played it?
Yeah.
You beat it?
No. Why the fuck did you do that?
Do what?
Go.
What are you talking about?
Oh, look, see the old-fashioned gaslighting. Anyways,
you're
want
crazy.
you want to talk about reinvigorating a series on
Street Fighter 6.
On June 2nd, we had Street Fighter 6 that took
fucking love that game.
Took a
I heard it
franchise
didn't do so well.
You heard 6 didn't do so well?
Yeah.
Bro, what?
Yeah, I'm messing with you.
I was about to say, I was like, damn, I'm pretty sure that's the complete opposite.
The new hotness, yeah.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 is probably my favorite Street Fighter to date.
Damn. Street Fighter 5 apparently had a rocky development as it was releasing.
Oh, yes.
So I think they really turned the tables around,
brought
it back, which is great to hear. I love seeing that.
Got the whole new style to it.
Yeah.
They
Cool.
They do really be putting the street in Street Fighter.
They put the
this
street
time
in
around.
Street Fighter.
I love the music so much.
We got another Katamari reroll.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is.
Royal Reverie. It's
I just think
I believe it's both entries in the Katamari series.
Okay.
At least I'm fairly certain. That
we got a new DLC for Elder Scrolls Online called Necrom. Heard it's kind of all right.
Well,
It'd be nice to know whenever they're going to do another Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, well, they're not.
Because the Elder Scrolls Online, even though I've never played it and have no desire to.
Yeah,
I've thought about it, but I have no desire. I keep not doing it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to take them another 10 years to make Elder Scrolls 6.
Diablo 4 released in June, which I've heard, again, mixed reviews on that one. Heard it wasn't super
Released
I was
is
about
a
to say,
strong word.
I think I
Yeah.
only heard like 2 people be like, "Yeah, I had one friend who was like, I took off work because Diablo 4 releases, and I want to have like the weekend off, so I took a day
Yeah.
off early, so I had
Mhm.
more time off,
Yep.
and that was it. I haven't heard anything since, so I guess they didn't have that much fun with it.
Right.
Yeah. Apparently,
Um,
it had a decent start, but then they fucking patched some shit that ruined
Yeah.
multiple things.
Also, Jesus Christ, Overwatch 2 season 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm
their
saying.
seasons are like 2 months.
I know, or
God.
2 or 3 months. Yeah,
like, Jesus.
we
I'm
got
surprised
another,
they even have players.
another Amnesia game. That's what we're saying. That's what I'm confused about.
Most like the
okay. The
maybe I'm
bunker
wrong.
is great.
Bunker. Okay.
Yes, the bunker is
Amnesia.
yes, a new entry in the Amnesia series.
wait.
Spectacular first-person horror game.
The new Final Fantasy, is that the new one? Final
That's the
Fantasy
new one
16?
we.
Oh,
we
yeah.
It's
haven't
on
played.
it's on PC now.
Clive of the Blinding. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Wait,
You
the
told
one-
me that it wasn't on PC whenever we were first playing it. I didn't know if it was. I thought it was going to take longer because I'm going to buy this and play it.
wait, the
I've
one
been
on-
wanting to play. it.
Clive of the
The one
Blinding
that you were
Dawn
playing?
is on PC.
I could have.
I still
I don't
haven't-
remember seeing it on PC.
That's
I
what-
don't
I'm
either.
gonna look it up because I want to make, or he's gonna look it up actually because we're on the same
Yeah.
page here. Because if it's on PC, I
Yeah, 'cause I
will
was
be
gonna
getting
buy
and
it, too.
playing it. Yeah, I will finish Dishonored. My achievements of would like to release a PC. Why doesn't it have a Steam page? Is it? Oh, maybe it's not on Steam,
Oh, I see.
or maybe release date of
Eventually.
half a year after it hits PS. So it will eventually.
Okay,
I
okay,
guess.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I was about to say.
So
okay,
it's
one
it's
of those
coming out.
times.
sorry for the
feels-
distraction, but it said
That's
PC.
okay, that's okay, no.
So I was like,
So the
no,
thing
on the
is-
gang. I need to be playing.
So the thing is, we should be seeing a PC release hopefully pretty soon. But PC and PS5 are the only two I think it's going to be on.
I still really want to go back to the old school turn-based Final Fantasies, but so far, this new one, dude, has
Yeah.
been
Super cool.
fantastic.
I do like the combat of that one, but I will admit, turn-based has its charm that you like. You
Mhm.
want that sometimes,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
In July of this year, you want to talk about this, Dylan?
Oh my god.
You want to talk about disappointment?
Motherfucking
Disappointment.
Exo Primal, a new third-person shooter
Yep.
that was in development by Capcom. Same motherfuckers behind Lost Planet.
Oh god.
One of my favorite. It's right up there next to Gears of War for me as far as
Yep.
third-person shooters go.
Yep.
It is one of the most satisfying third-person shooters I have ever played. I played it so much on the PS3 and 360 way back when. I saw trailers for Exoprimal, thought, oh my god, this is the
You get
spiritual
to-
successor I've been waiting for.
You get to.
It's
you
got
get to-
cool-ass mech suits. It's
Yeah.
got fucking dinosaurs.
You fight dinosaurs.
We got swarms. There's a motherfucker holding a wave of velociraptors back with his shield. This looks amazing.
Exactly.
It comes out. It's a multiplayer-focused PvP game.
Only game.
Further research says the plan, which it's a bit late now, was to have the PC release before the end of this year, as well as it was the PC release was officially announced with the DLC being officially announced at the same time, and the plan was to have it out before the end of the year, which is coming up close. So we don't have a set date though.
Right. Well, we're getting
Not
close
it.
though.
But I'm just
So
making
it should be soon though, which is good.
Which is sick, yeah.
But yeah, Exo Primal was a PvP only game, and it was
Yeah.
not like a co-op, or not like a. there's
No, there
real-
is no dedicated co-op mode. The
Which
story
sucks.
is tied to the multiplayer. They pulled a fucking Titanfall 1.
Oh my gosh,
Cringe.
Titanfall, freaking garbage. Great game, garbage. They made the story tied in with some sort of multiplayer aspect. Same thing with like achievements that are multiplayer only. I'm like, dude, get away from all that.
Mhm.
But on a different note, Pikmin 4. I heard Pikmin 4 was great.
I love Pikmin.
I've never really played Pikmin, but from what I've heard, this fourth iteration is a nice another.
Yeah, it's been a
Turn.
decent addition. I grew up mostly on 2 before I had played the original, and my god, I love the look of those games, the
Oh, yeah.
soundtracks, everything about them.
It's a satisfying game
Mm-hmm.
from what I've seen.
Oh yeah.
We didn't have a whole lot that released in July, but boy, did we have a handful of bangers that came out in August. First thing,
yes.
right at the gate, boom, Baldur's Gate 3, August 3rd. You want to talk about freaking 3 weeks of my life gone? Right there.
3 weeks,
Boom.
not like 2 months, bro. I finished that game
I
so
mean,
quick.
cause-
It
I
started
mean-
a second playthrough.
I mean, consistently, those 3 weeks for me.
Yeah, I coming from someone who put so far too much time in
Divinity?
in Divinity Original Sin 2.
Two.
Who
Oh.
put so much time? I
yeah.
mean, like 8 playthroughs of it. Got all the achievements.
Yep.
One of my proudest achievements is beating that game on honor mode. That was so hard. I love that game, and actually did not know that Baldur's Gate 3 was coming out until like a week or 2 before
Yep.
it was
Damn.
actually out,
Yep.
which is really good because I didn't have to be hyped at all. It was like,
Oh, yeah.
next week it comes out.
Yeah.
I also didn't know, because I didn't know much about Baldur's Gate at all. I didn't know that it was also being released by Larian, who made Divinity,
Yep.
until that week as well. So I was like a week away from release, and instantly, not only did I know, it was like a flashbang.
Yeah.
I have never been more excited.
I told Ethan, and he was sitting on the couch, and I could tell that Ethan had no idea because I told him I was
freaking heard
like,
of it.
because I was like, hey, be careful, Baldur's Gate 3 releases in like a week or two, and you were like, huh? And I was like, oh, you don't know. I was like, I'm just gonna leave it there.
And then it became a joke because then Chase warned me all about it, and he was like, it's like Ian knows you're gonna lose. You're just not gonna be existing for like 2 weeks. I told him you're never gonna see me again.
I told Chase, I was like, make sure not to say anything about Baldur's Gate 3 to Ethan because he's 100% gonna no life that game for probably the next 3 months. And he just got finished telling me at that point in time, he's like, I got Dishonored 2 to finish. I got all these other games to finish. I skipped
all of them.
He was like, I don't have no more time for no more games. And I was like, boy, Baldur's Gate 3 is gonna drop and you're gonna no life that game. I can guarantee it.
I did, and it's
and
even
me
better
too.
because anytime I got sick, it's great. I'm sick now. I don't have to do anything. I could just play the game. That game is
Super good.
amazing, and it also fills a very specific void of not being able to play very much D&D, but loving the story and the gameplay of D&D.
Yep.
It isn't as good as good old fashioned tabletop D&D because there's just a lot more you can do with
course.
that. But it is just
But it does
so
a good
close.
It does
It's
a
so
good job of capturing the essence of
Yeah.
what it's like to play D&D.
Well, I just meant like some of like the abilities in combat that don't
Right,
work
right,
well
right.
in the game because the actual like story it does. You can do anything you want in that game. It's fantastic. You can D&D the hell out of it. But like there are just some things that don't work well on the playing the game, not on because they're just, like,
logistically,
they're narrative spells and stuff. So that's what I meant. But it still is a perfect representation of it. I don't even think we need to talk much more about it
You're right.
because it's
That's
such a big game.
The next on the list, and again, another banger, August, almost second or third week in August, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Bro,
Dylan, I've been waiting for that game for a long time.
this shit took the bad taste that Exoprimal left in my mouth right the fuck
Yep.
out.
Yep.
I was already worried about a fucking spiritual successor not being present for something that I really liked and used to play a shit ton of like way back when.
Yeah.
This thing comes out from Team Reptile, same motherfuckers behind Lethal League.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
And I'm like, oh,
awesome.
fuck, this is
And
it.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk
This is
is
it. We're so back.
a
Yeah.
spiritual successor to
To a T.
It's
It's a perfect example.
of
Chase can attest.
Yeah, and you called me insane because I think I beat it in like
Yeah,
Two-
this
2
motherfucker
days, 3 days?
binged it.
yeah, of course.
He's never played Jet Set Radio before, and he
Jet Set-
binged through it like
Jet
it was
Set Radio.
nothing.
Jet Set Radio was an old, what was it, Xbox game?
It came out on the Xbox, the Sega Saturn. No, it was the. Oh shit! Yeah, it was the Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
Damn.
So the Jet Set Radio is like you're a rollerblading
Gang member.
gang member who like tags and graffitis up walls and stuff and
Yep.
kind of like does all these like cool tricks and things like
rowing and fighting the Power Ring.
Yeah, exactly. And it's super cool. And Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, like we said, is a spiritual successor. Like
It's beautiful.
it just captures that same essence that old game does. And I think it even
Soundtrack included.
Dude.
Thank Christ.
soundtrack and it matches the theme to a T as well.
Mhm.
I think I would wager it did such a good job and people loved it as much that they're reigniting the Jet Set
Yeah,
Radio.
Sega just announced that they're working on a bunch of new titles for their different
And you
series
know what?
now.
I hope that they do a good job
Yeah, they don't
because
pick
if
it up.
fucking better.
because if they
Don't
don't,
just cash in.
if they don't, guess what? Bomb Rush Cyberpunk's
Reptile
gonna
beat you to it, you
dude.
dumb bitches.
Cyberpunk's gonna get a bunch of money if they don't. If they drop the ball on their own IP, you better believe we're gonna have
Ridiculous.
we're gonna have a Bomb
The
Rush
biggest
Cyberpunk.
clowning known to man.
We're gonna have a sequel to Cyberpunk.
They're gonna get if they don't do a good continuation of
a classic.
Nothing will
I
save
literally
them.
just
Jet
read
Set
it.
Radio?
Yeah, Jet Set Radio. I kept thinking of Cyberpunk. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm reading it right now.
Yeah.
If they don't do a good sequel to that, then Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is gonna do the I'll just do it myself.
Oh, yeah,
sequel.
yeah.
I feel like it's
And they're
already
gonna
too
get-
late because they already did.
I know,
already
but
did.
They're it's really because I was gonna say they're gonna get ratioed even harder.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
it's-
yeah,
it's-
exactly.
They already got
Yeah,
ratioed
yeah.
because somebody else was like, "I'll do it myself." And if they drop the ball, they'll be like, "Look, if you want something done, you just got to do it yourself."
We're just gonna double down on a good
even
thing.
harder. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Okay.
So-
Yeah.
Write this down, people.
right. Age of Empires 6 or 4 apparently. I was looking
Damn.
at two different games. Age of Empires 4 came out. Didn't know that was a thing. The reason why I was saying 6.
Yo, motherfucking Smurfs cart.
Yeah, Smurfs
What the
card came
fuck?
out.
I see what you were saying, Ian. Keep going.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say was
Smurf cart.
is that again, August of this year was a banger. Baldur's Gate 3, Bomb Rush, Cyberpunk, and we had Armored Core 6.
Yes.
Fires of Rubicon, if our boy Myron was here.
Indeed.
Dylan, didn't you put like 200 hours on the PS5 version and then another 200 hours on PC?
No, you got it backwards.
He definitely put a bunch of
I
hours
put
into the
most
PC.
of my playtime in on the PC version, and then I got back to the PS5 version to catch up.
Oh, I see.
But man, Ian, how long have we been waiting for a new installment?
Oh,
in the
how long?
Armored Core
10
series?
years.
Yes, an
10
entire
10
decade.
years.
And after FromSoft finished getting their bag
Oh, yeah.
with Elden Ring.
They found a dead horse and kept beating it until it stopped spitting out money.
No, that horse was magnanimous.
Right. What I'm saying is,
was a steed.
I think it was a steed, and then of course I think it died, and they kept beating it until they gave it more money. I think so. At a certain point, they really started cashing in on the same thing, and I think they wanted to change it up a little bit. Is what it felt like. But
yeah, they.
I think it'd been long enough since they made an Armored Core, so I think
yeah.
it was kind of fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Trine 5 Clockwork Conspiracy.
I
didn't know that they had a Trine 3 and 4.
This is what I'm talking about. The last game in that
Yeah, Trine
installment
2.
was Trine 3. I remember Trine 3. I remember vaguely. You're right though. I remember Trine 1, Trine 2, and then I remember vaguely hearing about Trine 3. I saw that. I was like, Trine 5. There was a 4.
Yeah,
I was like,
legitimately
what?
just saw that. I was like, I see what you're saying, because I didn't know that there was a Trine 3 or a Trine 4.
Right.
So literally, I was like, oh man, Trine 2 is so good. Wait.
There's a
5? I was like, did he hit the wrong key? So I
Nope.
looked it up. Yeah, I need it. It's
Nope.
on Steam right now for like $20. I'm probably gonna get it. That's dope.
I had no idea. Crazy. And then we got the console release for Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
September looks like a cleanup month already. They're just
You're
putting them on
right.
different releases.
Yeah, well, again, we had the console release
Yeah.
for PS5 for Baldur's Gate 3, and also, of course, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk had the PS4, PS5, and all the other consoles. And then we had Starfield.
Cringe. All right,
I've
so-
heard good and bad things about it. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. People
Don't
say
do
they like it. People say they don't like it. I think it just is another Bethesda game, kind of.
Yeah.
I think that's another Fallout, but in space. It's kind of a copy and paste sort of thing. So.
There are a lot of people that didn't like it.
The sad part is Bethesda has become so synonymous with jank that you can excuse,
Yeah.
even though you shouldn't. You
It's
can
just part of the
excuse it.
Bethesda
Any-
charm.
I would say any new release from Bethesda, that especially except for the Fallout or Elder Scrolls releases, any new release from Bethesda, it has been something that I've never wanted, and is always just it's flubbed on launch, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I think that this one was one of them. I had no desire to play it, and I was like, it's not going to be good. A lot of my friends were excited for it, played it, and we're like, I don't really think it's that good, and we all moved on. Like it doesn't, which is what makes me nervous for. We were talking about the Elder Scrolls 6. Makes me nervous for if and when they release it. Like they've fricked up so many games that I, even though I'm going to pre-order it anyway, I'm gonna buy it and play it anyway.
Right.
My expectations are actually really low for the Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
I want them to improve, but I don't know if they will. They've done such a poor job with everything. Like,
In September, we also got Mortal Kombat 1,
Ooh,
which I heard a pretty good.
yeah, that one's been pretty good so far, thankfully.
Payday 3 apparently came out in there as well.
There's a guard.
Cyberpunk.
hey, there's a guard.
Chase, there's a guard.
Shit, there's a guard.
Look out! There's a guard.
Worst guard in history.
Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, which apparently this was like the first DLC for Cyberpunk, and apparently it fixed a lot of
The
stuff
redemption
in the
arc.
game. Yeah, exactly. This is I heard that on release, Phantom Liberty makes the game worth purchasing, is what I
really?
heard.
So
Yeah.
they pulled a they pulled a limit cut and
Yeah.
and for
I was
like
gonna
the
say a
DLC
No
for
Man's
Kingdom Hearts
Sky.
3. Yeah, because Kingdom Hearts 3, everyone complained about the ending
Yeah.
and everyone complained about how the game was too easy. And with the two DLCs they released, Remind and Limit Cut, they made they fixed the ending and made it kind of decent.
Yeah.
And then they added bosses that were so ungodly hard that they were like, "You wanted a challenge? We gave you a challenge."
Yeah.
And honestly,
Here's 5 lingering wills at once.
do it blindfolded. Another fun
Right.
fact. That's what Violent Speedruns did. Is he beat Yuzora blindfolded.
I don't-
The
I
most
don't-
impressive shit I've ever.
I don't
seen.
know if it does it to that level, but from what I've heard, a lot of the
If
gripes,
it
a lot of the
fixes
stuff.
in spirit.
I think they've been patching it as they've gone along.
You know what?
But-
We'll throw a Sephiroth in there just for good measure.
But I think from what I've heard, Phantom Liberty does adds a lot of new content, but I think it also continues the bug fixes and patches that was continuing along. So I heard a lot of good things about it. I haven't actually played Cyberpunk because I got burned from hearing about it.
Would have been nice if
launching.
it would have been that good whenever it released.
And I think I'm also just still kind of salty because I thought it was going to be like a GTA 5 scenario where like you could like do a co-op with a friend of yours. So I was super stoked for like the launch of Cyberpunk like the week before it launched because I thought it was going to be co-op. And then when it launched, it was only single player and they had no intention of being co-op. I was like, well, damn, that kind of was the whole reason why I wanted to play was because of that. So I'm like, I'm not really into it. But anyways, maybe in the future, will I do that?
Hey, yo, we got this guy at 7. I just recently started playthrough of 2 on the PC.
Really?
Dude, Roblox on PS5.
Oh my god!
We got October coming around. We got Warhammer 40K. We got Dark Tide released. Assassin's Creed Mirage. There's some big ones that came out.
Wargroove was not a game that I was expecting to get a sequel.
Where's that? Oh, Wargroove?
Yeah,
2?
up at the top there. It's considered like a game similar to Advance Wars, which was this old portable series.
Oh gosh,
Kind of like also kind of like
That's
the
a mobile game, guys.
Game Boy Advanced Fire Emblem that I recently beat too.
Yeah. Okay.
So Assassin's Creed Mirage, I think from what I've heard, I'm looking up to be sure. From what I've
it
heard,
did poorly.
okay, because I mean, obviously IGN and shit liked it; they always do. But it's like
They're paid
8 out of 10, 75%. But I was gonna say, I heard that it is another Assassin's Creed game, and that's all you need to know. Like it's another Assassin's Creed game. It's just not as good as the first few ones were. Like that's just it. Like everyone's, like they've been getting exponentially worse. Honestly, a lot of people think since Assassin's Creed 3, a lot of people think that the last good one was Black Flag, but even then, it's not really an assassin game. It's a pirate game.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not even an Assassin's Creed game. That's just a pirate game. Like
I heard Assassin's Creed Valhalla wasn't awful, but
yeah, and so it's like I for me, I never played Black Flag, and I never finished Assassin's Creed 3 because I didn't really, I wasn't really enjoying it that much. So I have since 3, I have not played or even been interested in and looked at any Assassin's Creed game, including Black Flag.
Right. We got Roblox for PS5 apparently. We got Forza Motorsport, got another big one. Lords of the Fallen, I heard that was a big game that came out. Sonic Superstars. Wizard with a gun.
I'm Horace Lupercal, and I have a gun.
I need to. Okay, this was in your wish list, and I meant to look it up.
What's
What
that?
is Wizard with a gun? Apart from Wizard with a gun. No, I mean that's.
It looked interesting. Like it looked like it would be enjoyable. Apparently, people have had mixed reviews on it, but I mean, I'm probably still going to pick it up.
Twin stick shooter. Okay,
Yeah.
That's all I needed to know. I was just curious, like what kind of game it was and how it's like a twin stick shooter. Cool.
Looks pretty fun.
Yeah, it does. I like the art design.
It reminds me of Don't Starve, actually. Now that I look at
with
it,
the that design, I think it might be why I like it because Don't Starve is such a good game series.
Right.
Nice. Cool. I was just curious what kind of game it was.
And we got Endless Dungeons, another big one.
So here's
that's another one I was looking forward to.
These are
that I've heard isn't going very well.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Endless Dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
We got Warp Forge, which is a TCG game for PC. 40K.
Spider-Man 2. I heard that was actually really good and people liked it.
Yeah,
it's really good.
But I haven't played it or anything like that. But I've just seen speedrunners that played it, and so I looked it up, and apparently a lot of people really enjoyed the game overall.
Yeah. I think because it really harnesses that like the classic.
Like
there was
the
Spider-Man 2 game like back in the day. Like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, that Spider-Man 2 game was so good. And I think it really harnesses that same feel of like free roaming, beating up bad guys and abilities and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Friendly neighborhood activity.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think it's funny that like Spider-Man, including the games now as well, Spider-Man is like the last good thing that Marvel has done, and these games are like the cherry on top. Where like they finished off Endgame, and most people didn't like that I know. Most people that I know did not like any of the Marvel movies after it, except for the Spider-Man movies.
Right.
And the games are also good, so that's really cool.
We got a new Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
Yeah, another classic 2D platformer.
Did not know
that the main man is known for.
Did not know.
That is the next big installment in Super Mario Brothers.
I'm interested. That's cool.
I haven't played any of this, but this is the Lord of the Rings Return to Moria, and I heard a lot of good things about him.
So this one's interesting because I found out about it whenever I found out about Hogwarts Legacy at the
Yeah.
same time, and they were both pre-orderable on the Epic Games Store, which I
Return
did.
to Morris.
Return to Morris. The thing is, though, what I did is I looked at it, and I looked at two things mainly. One was the art design, and two was the actual like type of gameplay that it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think I'm
What is
as
this?
interested in this. It looked like let us read it. It's a survival crafting. Okay, I was making sure it looked like a survival game at the time, and I was like, it is Lord of the Rings, so I'll probably end up playing it eventually.
The artwork was giving me old school like King's Quest vibes.
Yeah.
Like point and click type stuff.
Yeah. And it didn't look uninteresting, but it didn't look like I was going to pre-order it. So I didn't.
Yeah.
And I might even end up playing it eventually. But
I feel the same way. I might end up doing it as well. I haven't purchased
if it's
it, but
multiplayer, we should totally do it.
dude, I feel the same way. I heard it's actually pretty good. I heard it's not a bad
Is
game.
it on Steam? Because I found it on
It
the
is.
Epic Games Store.
It's on Steam.
So if it's on Steam, I'll wait for a Steam sale, or I'll check the current Steam sale. And if it's discounted, I'll either wishlist it or buy it.
Could be worth a shot.
Oh, you can just check. Yeah. Looks like it's
Oh,
$19.99. Right?
maybe it's not. I
No?
thought it was on there.
Oh, interesting then. Okay, it is. I know it's on the Epic Game. Oh yeah, it will be coming soon to Steam. No, will it? That's a question. Never mind.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Anyways.
Yeah, so I haven't actually played it, but like I said, it's interesting that two big games, and comically, the
Yep.
series that I only recently got interested in, Harry Potter, is the one that won. Of the Lord of
Yeah.
the Rings, the thing I've loved for ages, and the Harry
Yes.
Potter Hogwarts Legacy, the one that I ended up pre-ordering was the one that, luckily, I thoroughly enjoyed.
Right.
But it's just wild to me.
Still in October, we got City Skylines 2, which is a fun game.
October was awesome.
I know.
I was sleeping on
exactly.
October for a bit. 'Cause of
Metal
August.
Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. You want to go ahead and speak on that, Chase?
Chase, go.
Chase, I choose you.
Oh God.
Snake, a snake eater.
You've been silent for most of the podcast, bro. You got to say something.
I remember I beat Metal Gear Solid 3 in like what was it, 2 days?
Yeah.
Or wait, no, I started it.
This dude's getting all the achievements in the series, by the way. He's
I'm
going
going to
nutty.
try. I started Metal Gear Solid 3 one night, didn't finish till like 5, 6 in the morning.
Stayed up all
And,
night.
I had that with Darkest. That with
Then I went to bed
Dishonored too.
and I told Dylan, I'm like, yeah, I started it and then just finished it in one whole run.
Mhm.
He's
Awesome.
he's just like, are you insane?
I thought about getting
Yeah.
the collection because even though you guys talk about the time and I know the story and it is really cool and interests me, I have never played a single Metal Gear Solid game ever.
Till now.
So yeah, so I
Crazy.
thought about getting the PC release of this because like now's the time, you know.
Oh yeah,
So
same
I
thing.
have-
It was the same thing with for me in the Master Chief Collection.
Yep,
I was like, I will never probably own a Xbox, but I want to play Halo games. But I promised my friends whenever Halo 3 released that if Halo was to ever drop on the PC, I would buy it outright. And even though I'm no longer friends with them anymore because that was in high school back once upon a time in my old day, I stayed true to my word. And the second the Master Chief Collection dropped and all the games were on PC, I was like,
I texted all them.
Ancient pact fulfilled.
exactly. I was like, I stayed true to my
My
word.
blood oath is fulfilled.
Exactly.
I can now rest.
And I don't regret it. It's a great,
Great
great
series. Yeah,
purchase.
legendary. If you haven't played Halo,
I hope
do
we can do the same for Metal Gear for you, bro.
it. For me?
I feel like just recently I was able to bring Ian around on it a bit because until
little bit.
recently his only exposure to it was
the
cutscenes
wackiest,
from 4,
the wackiest one.
which was the climax of the series up until like
Yeah.
a couple of years ago.
It's a thing that Dylan does. He shows me the end of everything, and I'm like, oh, okay. Am I supposed to be like, what's happening?
Sorry, we were
talking
talking.
about-
You guys were talking about something. We didn't want to interrupt, but he was talking about something about Metal Gear Solid 2 that he was doing. Sorry.
Okay.
That
What I was
was-
going to say.
I was saying
wasn't
what the
interrupting.
achievements on Metal Gear Solid 2 are ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
But I think,
Oh,
and
God.
this is something that I've said, is like if I'm gonna get all of the achievements, if I really like a game, I will. Even if I don't like getting all the achievements, I just want to be able to put that badge. Like I like this game so much, I've gotten all the achievements. In fact, I've done it almost 6 times in Terraria because they
Oh,
keep
yeah.
adding new achievements, and I have to keep restarting because my old worlds aren't compatible. So I've played through Terraria 300 hours worth of times, or 400 hours, I don't know, a lot. And it's still, it's such a freaking good game that I don't mind it, but also currently I no longer have all the achievements in Terraria because
Really?
they added new
I see.
new achievements. Same thing with Darkest Dungeon, the original. I got all the achievements for all the DLCs. Then they released the arena PvP thing, and even though getting all the achievements was probably like tied for the hardest I've ever done for that game,
yeah.
I'm not going to play that DLC. So even though I have all the achievements that I want for it,
Why is that?
Because I just, first off, it's not as popular
Oh, okay.
So it's like a PvP based thing.
Oh, I see.
So like,
really?
yeah. Again, it doesn't fit that game. I wasn't a big fan. There's other reasons too, but basically, I just wasn't interested.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna get that. Those are 2 games that I've technically gotten all the achievements on, but it doesn't show. But for all that's to say, I always say if I like a game that much and I've played it that much, I will get all the achievements eventually, even if I don't like doing it, just to show like that's how much I like this game, you know. And I'm going to tell you that you have to for Metal Gear Solid because it is too legendary of a game for how much I've known you that I'm going to make you do it.
I will say it depends. Like if it's like really crappy multiplayer achievements,
Yeah.
no.
That also we've talked about The Witcher 2's play the game on the hardest difficulty without dying achievement where you were like, never mind.
no, I was gonna try to attempt it. Nope,
Yeah.
nope, that's
so,
too much.
Just ain't happening.
But yeah, I would like to do. I think Dylan, that might be next to Devil May Cry. I think that the Metal Gear Solid series might be our next one after Kingdom. Well, maybe during because we take so slow with Kingdom Hearts 3. Maybe during, but around and after.
That'd be fun.
Me and Dylan have lists of games that we have played through together, like games he wanted me to play that I never got around to. Halo was one of the first ones. The Sly Cooper games was one. Kingdom Hearts. And we were after doing Halo. He was like, "We need to figure out what's next."
Yeah.
And he was like, "What's next after Kingdom Hearts as well?" And so, I think one of those two, because those are two big series. And it would
Metal Gear
be,
Solid 1's a big learning curve, I'll say.
really, it's
Yeah.
rough. It's
Yeah.
old. It's old at this point.
Yeah,
right?
it's really old.
So, in fact, is it Metal Gear Solid 1 older than I am?
Metal Gear Solid.
probably.
Is
It's
the old game.
like a year older than you.
Really? Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, so
Crazy.
I think that's a good one. I think because it's on PC now too, I might play through it and we can squad up and play.
Yep.
Or by squad up, I mean just have it be a Discord call.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on. Sorry, we got super
We
distracted.
got Ghost Runner 2, which is I heard the first Ghost Runner was pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice movement shooter,
Yeah.
which is a more recent subgenre.
Yeah.
That
Like movement shooter, like Brotato,
yeah, I think
like so it's like
Titan-
an auto shooter or like.
no,
No,
like Titanfall,
Okay, yeah.
like where there's
Oh,
in
like,
addition
okay.
to like regular
Those are
first
so
person
different than
shooting mechanics.
Brotato.
Right. There's also a nice focus on like character movement as well.
Mhm.
But Ghost Runner looked really.
Oh yeah, that does
fucking
look
fun.
pretty sick. I have seen that, but I haven't heard much about it.
I think the
Mhm.
music was pretty good for it too.
Oh yeah.
The second one came out, and I haven't heard anything about it, but
Oh yeah, I have seen about this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Ghost Runner 1 came out, I think, sometime last year,
Hmm.
and the second one came out, and I heard it's pretty good.
Everybody get hyped for Minako's night market.
Yeah, what
Oh,
is that?
I have no idea.
I was gonna
What
say
about-
Dave the Diver.
Yeah, what about Dave the
I
Diver?
have seen
Oh.
Dave the Diver so much.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it
Yeah.
on sale on the
I never heard of
Steam.
So it was popping up on my YouTube feed. It's popping up on Steam. It's
It's
essentially
everywhere.
so you essentially play as a guy who's a diver.
Just a
named
little
Dave.
guy.
No way.
I think you go look for fish for a sushi restaurant that you
Okay.
help run. I think that's the gist of it.
I love that.
Um,
Just a silly little game.
Pretty much.
I see Alan Wake 2. I never actually played Alan
Yeah,
Wake.
that's another
or-
sequel I never thought I'd see.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's in the same universe as Control.
Apparently,
If you know
yeah.
that game,
I do.
does
not.
that make you sad, Dylan?
It does. What a fucking reach, dude. Jesus.
Why does that make you sad, Dylan?
It's just not what I was expecting.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't even know what this game is about.
It's similar to Resident
he uses a
Evil as far
flashlight
as,
and a
like,
gun to
Oh.
kill
gameplay
monsters.
wise. Yeah, it's
I
like an
see.
old survival horror.
Got it. Cool. Not really in my wheelhouse, I guess, but sounds fun.
Mhm.
Next big one, November. We got RoboCop Rogue City, dude.
I need to get this one.
I didn't actually hear if it was actually any good. I
I've
love
been
it.
hearing good things about it.
I
Okay,
think they
that's good.
said you're very powerful,
Mm-hmm.
but
I mean, hey,
that
that's
kind of goes
RoboCop.
with it.
Yeah, it's similar to like it adheres to the style perfectly. Like,
That's
it
good.
feels like you're playing through the movie.
That's good.
They get the action down, all the sound effects. It's
Oh,
perfect.
fun.
Mhm.
That's good to hear. That's all I want out of an '80s action flick.
Oh, yeah.
Game.
Mhm.
We got a WarioWare Move
New
It.
WarioWare.
New
yes.
WarioWare, dude.
That's another one that I wasn't expecting. They've been releasing adjacent WarioWare titles for the past couple of years,
yeah.
but I didn't think they were gonna. I mean, I should have figured they were gonna make some for Switch eventually, but it's been pretty good so far.
We got Hogwarts Legacy came out on the Switch, and we also got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, which apparently now is just called Call of Duty.
It's crap.
Literally another Call of Duty. It's almost like they keep wanting the maps to get smaller.
Right. Modern Warfare 3, I think, got transitioned into just Call of Duty, and they're just updating that game like it's Fortnite now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Everything's
like
Fortnite.
Everything's Fortnite.
Everything's
Also,
Fortnite.
Hey,
Now.
that
I
shit
think
look
there's
like the battle
Lego
pass.
Fortnite now.
What's that?
Are
I
you
think
serious?
there is Lego Fortnite now.
Oh god.
I
I
can't.
mean, wouldn't be surprised.
At least I'm pretty sure I saw something about that on TV one day, and it actually just said Lego Fortnite. I didn't know exactly what that meant.
We got Super Mario RPG.
A lot of people were looking forward to this one.
A lot of people
Really?
looking forward to this one.
I
This is
never
another
got to play Super Mario RPG, even though it was touted as like one of the best and a fucking shot out of left field for the Mario series.
Yeah.
Shit is fantastic.
I heard this is another like big mainline game that's going to be something that's a really big deal.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait to get my hands on that one.
So it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Persona 5 Tactica.
I have no idea what that one is.
You keep telling me like that like Persona just keeps like releasing the same game.
They've been stuck on 5 for God knows how long now.
I mean, I have to get a
It's
controller
not like
anyway.
it's not the same game. It
Or
has
steal my
5,
roommates.
but I mean it's just another spin-off.
They've made so many spin-offs.
I know, it's ridiculous.
I'm like, how many spin-offs?
When's the new one?
I'm
The
like, how many
game
spin-offs are you
is a
guys gonna make?
spinoff itself is part of a larger.
Isn't it like the same
No,
exact
makes sense,
story essentially? Just
It's definitely the same characters. I don't know about story though.
because there's like 3 or 4 spin-offs now, huh?
Yeah,
There's like the main
more than a
game,
few.
which I think. Oh my god. There's the main game, which I think is probably the version that most people should probably go with,
Mm-hmm.
and then I guess the chibi version is this.
Probably
I don't like the art style.
Okay.
cute.
That's that. Oh, we can't forget Naruto X Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connection.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, we don't gotta
I think we can.
forget
I think we
about
can
that
forget, or at least move on.
Wouldn't it be cool if they made a show about Boruto's dad?
Yeah, honestly, I
Dude,
think
that'd be so cool.
Boruto's dad is so cool. I think he'd be really good for
one. Right. Apparently, they got a game called Dune Spice Wars, and I think this is the Xbox release here in November. But I think it released on other platforms before this, and I don't actually know
I
how
have
that.
yet to hear about that.
Me
actually.
either. Dragon Quest Monsters.
I've seen that one
The Dark
before, but
Prince?
I haven't seen any gameplay.
We got
Just the
Sonic
cover art.
Sonic Dream Team for Apple Arcade. I don't know what that is. Ready or Not released December apparently of this year. So were you playing like an early access Chase? Was that what you were doing?
Originally, yeah. I'd still say the AI is a little buggy sometimes because as I was saying earlier, I peeked my head around a corner, saw a guy, and then immediately just got shot in the head.
Yeah.
I'm like, what even happened?
Right. So for December still we got I think a new Avatar game called Frontiers of Pandora. I don't know if that's any good or not.
I haven't
So
heard anything about that.
We got the DLC Valhalla for God of War Ragnarok again.
I've been hearing a ton of good shit.
Okay,
about
I've
that.
heard some good things about it, but I didn't hear a whole lot.
Mhm.
Side note: is the original Grand Blue Fantasy Versus not Relink, not Rising,
No,
just the
Rising.
original one? Is that also on Steam? I
It
didn't know
is.
that.
Yes,
I did not
it
know
is.
that. It's
Uh-huh.
I just saw it. That's
I
totally-
purchased it recently on Steam,
Mhm.
and I would definitely recommend buying that one.
I'm gonna get Rising for sure. I mean, well, eventually, it's definitely gonna get wishlisted in the free version. I'm probably gonna play just to practice because I still have to beat them eventually. But I just was looking things up because Chase roasted me because my wish list is empty.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was
no
looking
way.
for something to get me for Christmas. I'm sure, and he scrolled through,
Yeah.
was like, "Do you even want Dying Light 2?" And I was like, I put that there ages ago. Not really. And the one other games I have is Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, and what was the third one? Oh, the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. That's it.
There you go.
I saw the Uncharted Legacy. I'm like, I don't know if he actually wants
I
that.
do actually, but I also thought that was all the Uncharted games.
Yeah.
And it's just those two. But I left it in there because I was like, I never played those games.
They're still fun. They just don't have the same charm.
Yeah.
Here in December 14th, Grand Blue Fantasy Rising released, and may I say,
I'm adding it to my wish list right now.
Dylan and I were very upset were very upset with the release of Rising.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
They had an RPG mode where you could like run through this story
I
and
see,
you could fight through the story, and it could be co-op where Dylan and I could fight these
It was
little
super
mobs.
fun.
It was super fun, and they basically nerfed that whole thing. That's no
Yeah.
longer like a
Oh.
co-op thing. It's no longer the same thing.
That's my only gripe about it.
Right.
Otherwise, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Well-
Love it.
Mhm.
But they removed a very, very core feature that made me love Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, and it's kind of makes me a little sad. And
Yeah.
it makes me reconsider getting Rising because I already have purchased Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, and I'm probably just going to keep that for right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold off on it until maybe they do some updates or change some things. I don't know if they ever will. I do want to get it eventually in the future, but I'm not going to buy it right now because I don't want to put my money towards that right now.
We shall see.
Because the whole reason why I would buy it is to do a co-op campaign with Dylan. And once we realize that that's not the case, especially couch co-op, like the whole reason why I got started in Grand Blue
Yeah.
to begin with, that was all gone. I was like, bruh, this is, that's a
Yeah.
deep cut for me.
Shit hurts.
And then now, so now everyone pay attention.
That
is
is
the-
some big ones.
That is the end of the year.
Yeah.
That is the end of the year. We have gone all the way through December. Now we have, I don't know, I think we have some hard dates here, but I think some of this also is supposed to be tentative on purpose because this is all in the future. We have January and I have written down a few months in the future of games that are coming out. So first on the list is Tekken 8, another fighting game coming out. Late January.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big game. It looks super cool.
I gotta play a demo.
Bruh, I have not played a Tekken game in years.
Yeah, the one you were familiar with was Tekken Tag.
Yes,
right?
it was.
Damn, man.
Back in the PS2 days, dude.
Oh, geez, that is long.
Yeah. Sometime in February, we're going to have Homeworld 3, which is a real-time strategy game. And it is going to be a co-op real-time strategy game, which I'm super stoked about because the other two Homeworlds were not. They were solo or they were like, I think, versus
Skirmish matches,
matches against each other.
I cannot wait for that one, man.
And we're going to have a freaking co-op campaign, and I'm excited for it. So
that'll be
Homeworld
neat.
3, it's going to be fun. We got
What kind of-
the big one.
What kind of RTS is Homeworld 3? Is that what this is?
It's still gonna be
I
like
don't think
an
I've ever
old
heard of the other. Well, sorry, I don't think I know anything about the original Homeworlds. I'm on the Steam page. It's pre-orderable. I just don't know much about it. So.
Right.
Homeworld-
It's gonna be like a pretty quintessential RTS game. Like it's still gonna function the same way as most other ones would. The main focus is gonna be space combat, which is the same it's been for most of the other games in the series. But they are adding co-op modes to this new one that will be able to do.
Yeah.
It says similar to games you've played is similar to Halo, the Master Chief Collection,
Yeah,
and
no.
Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, no.
Oh my God.
It's similar to those at
No,
all.
No, it does,
Not at
definitely
all.
is not. Definitely not.
Apart from space, I guess, for
Right.
Jedi Survivor.
they have a game called Deserts of Karak,
I fucking love that
which
one
is
so much.
so Homeworld Deserts of Karak apparently is a good one.
Yeah,
terrestrial combat
yeah,
focused.
Homeworld 2 apparently was a pretty good game. So I'm excited about that one because I like RTS games and I feel like more co-op RTS games I'm always here for.
I need to hear the space bassoon again.
Yes.
Also, what was the newest Monster Hunter that came out recently?
Rise.
I want to say it was Sunbreak.
I think Sunbreak was a DLC.
I don't know anymore.
Rise I think is the most recent one. I could be wrong, but
That's a January 2022. Holy, I had a stroke.
Jeez.
January 2022 is Monster Hunter Rise. It is $12 right now. On Steam.
Damn.
It's $16 on Steam. Holy shit.
Monster Hunter World, I think, and then it was Rise, and then
Yeah, I think
then
so.
Maybe I don't know what the one you're talking about is. Is that like, I think it's a DLC or
Monster
is that?
Hunter Wilds.
I know there's-
is released 2025.
Oh,
wow,
shit.
that's
Isn't there one
that's
called
the next
Sunbreak?
one.
That's what
That's
he was saying.
what I was
Sunbreak.
thinking.
Oh,
Let me see. Hold on. I'm
Could have
really-
sworn.
I'm surprised they announced this so early. If it's not even out. Monster Hunter.
wait, when did you say that? 2025?
Yeah, Monster
Oh
Hunter.
my god!
It says
Why
yeah,
even announce it?
Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds, the latest installment in the Monster series, now in development. It's going to be.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it
So
was
yeah,
DLC.
Sunbreak is DLC for Rise.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
Very-
And then I
I'm
think there's
gonna-
also Moonbreak.
I'm going to add Wilds to my wish list.
You're not
No,
gonna do
it's-
Rise. You're just gonna go straight for the 2025 release.
Well, so I wasn't sure if I was going to play the most recent one or like what came out or not. And
John's been playing Rise a lot.
I told Dylan that I've never played a Monster Hunter game. He said he thought I would like it. So I was like, I'll I'll
I would definitely recommend talking to John. If there's one person in our entire group that has played every single, and I mean every single Monster Hunter game, and he knows all about them, it's John. John's got all of them. He's been sitting on his Steam Deck the other time he was here, and he was just playing with Monster Hunter, and it was pretty legit.
Yeah.
Anyways, let me wrap up this while we still can. February 1st. February 1st, we got Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, and we've been talking about this game for a long time. Apparently,
I've been looking forward to the most.
Apparently, it's also been in development hell for the past decade.
Oh yeah,
so it's been been here for a while. So hey, that's sucks, but I'm glad that we're finally here.
But holy shit, is it shaping up?
I don't know what this is, but I saw this on here, and I'm kind of excited. It says Tomb Raider Remastered for the Switch, PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in February. Don't know what that means, but I like Tomb Raider, and I'm pretty sure that may be like the new reiteration of it.
I think it's all the like old games remastered.
That's what I'm
it said.
For.
Side note, John has played Rocket League for 591 hours.
Oh,
I was trying to see how much he'd played of.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And then we got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah.
Also coming
Second
out tail
installment in that 3-part series they're working on for the remake.
Super cool. February. It says 29th, but again, I think it's still kind of tentative. We don't know.
Right. Who knows?
And then we also got, we can't forget, Destiny 2, the final shape, apparently happening in June. I was like, man, they're freaking Destiny 2. Going to try and do another DLC called The Final Shape.
We could just not look at it.
Before my birthday would be.
So that may be good. Maybe it could reignite the franchise, but I really doubt it. They're probably just gonna.
I wouldn't put money on it.
I think they're just gonna dig the hole deeper. But
Just
hey,
about giving up.
I thought that I thought I'd throw that in there, be a little fun. And then we got Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 happening in September.
Rocket Stone. Oh, wrong game.
Yeah, no.
Wrong game.
September of 2024. So
That's gonna be some.
That's
fun
gonna
stuff.
be some fun shit, dude, and I can't wait. I still need to complete the first one because I have not.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's it for my list. That is all of it.
And while we're here, Chase, I fixed my wish list. While we've been talking about them, I've been adding games on my wish list.
you.
There's like 9 of them now.
Oh jeez.
It won't let
Only
me
9?
add. Just the podcast. It also won't let me add the Metal Gear Solid collection. I think I have to add the original games, and I don't want to add the wrong game.
I think it
or
might
something.
be a thing where you actually have to buy that yourself.
It might be because it's a collection, but also I think it's on sale, and the collection, I don't think it wants me to add the. So I'm also on the app. So either way, I fixed my Steam wish list, Chase. So
there you
go.
go.
It does not. It no longer has just 2 games.
All right. Well, I think this was a very successful episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to talk about
I
most
play
of these.
games.
I play games.
I'm a gamer.
I
Yeah.
drive.
A game.
I like the fact that Steam did a little like Spotify Wrapped, basically.
Yeah,
they did.
I haven't seen
lot
mine
of
yet.
people
Actually,
have been doing those.
I mean,
yeah,
it's because
everyone's been doing
Spotify
it.
Wraps are so successful.
Of
Everyone
course.
likes to talk about. Like,
I think
what
it's
makes you
like
unique.
the 3rd or 4th year that Spotify's been doing it, and I think it's now becoming like
picking
a
up.
trend. It's
Yeah.
picking up. Everyone loves it. Everyone looks.
Well,
like
let's tell the viewers and Ethan, where do you find your Spotify Wrapped at? Not your Steam Wrapped at.
I got a little notification from mine that said like, "Hey, your Wrapped."
I should
is
probably
finished.
update my Steam. Maybe that's why I
Nobody
probably haven't
told me
updated it in
anything.
forever. Yeah, yours just gave you a notification. Mine.
Mine,
didn't.
yes, you look.
Oh, but mine doesn't. I haven't. Mine. Mine.
Yeah.
I don't. For some reason, because I like launch it whenever I start my computer. Mine doesn't like relaunch and give me the little pop up thing where it gives you updates like new sales and stuff. So I
Yeah.
haven't been getting that pop up, which is the one that tells you that. So I'm gonna check my Steam when I get home
Yeah, you may get a notification
and
somewhere.
see what games I played.
Mine's hilarious. There was like a lot of Deep Rock Galactic towards the beginning part of the year. There was a little bit of Valheim at
Mine's
the
gonna
beginning of
have
the year.
such a spike for Baldur's Gate 3.
Dude,
too.
it's for me, like there is this huge spike of Lord of the Rings Online,
Yeah.
and it persists for like 4 or 5 months until Baldur's Gate 3, and then there's a perfect trend line of overlap where one increases as the other goes down. So as one is fading in, the other one's
Yeah.
fading out. So like Lotro is going down, and then Baldur's Gate 3 is going up, and then there's the
While
time.
we're already in for a penny, in for a pound, while we're already over time, what is a game that everyone is playing next?
Oh,
Dylan, you first.
shit.
or playing. Actually, yours is probably pretty easy because it's launched right now in your room.
We're probably gonna finish out Metal Wolf Chaos.
No, I meant like a newer game, but I mean, I guess that is a cool one that one wants to play.
As far as like new releases go,
like
man, I'm saving myself for Relink.
You're trying to keep all your energy. I'm excited for that one too. Ian.
As far as new releases go,
or like a game you haven't really played before, because like replaying all the Metal Gear games or something is like okay,
I recently with the autumn sale that just passed on Steam, I recently flushed out the last bit of like Star Wars games that I didn't have.
Yeah. That's
and I'm kind of going through like a Star Wars
binging the older ones.
I've been on Disney Plus. I've been watching Andor. What a great show. Dude, Andor.
I didn't hear about it. So.
Bruh. He's one of the main characters in Rogue One.
Okay.
And it's kind of his story leading up to Rogue One, and bruh, it's a good like spy espionage.
Yeah, cool. I love
like
those.
The
Imperial Agent is one of the best stories
also
ever.
it feels it has that same feeling that The Mandalorian does, where it's a little gritty, it's a little bit more serious, and kind of like, not as happy and fun. Anyways, so I've been watching that show and watching other. I'm trying to like, I haven't had a chance to finish up all the Star Wars content, so I'm trying to get to like season 3 of The Mandalorian. I want to watch Ahsoka because apparently Ahsoka was super good. And I may want to watch Rogue One again. So anyway, so I've been doing that. I've been playing a lot of Star Wars games recently. I've been playing Star Wars Squadrons, which is like a starfighter pilot game, and it's all like VR based kind of. It's super fun. There are other kind of Star Wars games I'm going to play, but I think I'm going to start to scratch that itch for Valheim again, because I've been looking for like a kind of a sandboxy survival type game again. So I may jump back into Valheim for a while and start up a server and play that for a hot minute.
I might need to get it and join you because I don't have that game yet. I should wishlist that one too. Chase, what are you playing? That's either, I don't know if you're playing anything new or if you're playing older games right now, but what's something sort of new you're looking forward to playing in the coming month?
I'm not really sure actually at the moment.
You're kind of stuck on playing Dishonored 2.
Once you finish Dishonored, what you going to pick up next?
Or no, he's doing. Actually, what are you doing right now? You've been playing Ace Combat.
Yeah,
right?
I've been trying to get more achievements on there.
And just beat down. It's the newer one, right? You haven't played it yet.
Yeah, it's the newer one.
Okay,
I've now gone through the campaign.
You've gone through the campaigns
6
now.
times.
Now you're just running it and trying to get all the stuff.
I'm trying to get all the planes.
Oh yeah, it's sick. You to use all the planes. What's your favorite plane so far? I don't know much about the game, but I figured it out.
Probably the F-22.
Yeah, that is a sick one. I do know that one actually.
Yeah,
it's pretty sick. Nice. Yeah. I am.
Valheim's on discount for $12.
I have finished Dishonored 2's campaign, and I do want to do the Clean Hands campaign now because I want a good ending. I did the bad ending, so even though I did beat it, even though I might not rush getting all of the achievements, I do, which I might do anyway. But it was a really good game. It's really fun. I do want to have a Clean Hands ending, so I want to get the good ending. I got the 2 endings I got were Emily the Butcher and Emily the Vengeful, which is basically whenever you just kill everybody, and then whenever you kill almost everybody. That's the 2 that I got,
okay.
Which was really sick. And if you don't, spoiler warning, if you don't save your dad, that's how you get the Emily the Butcher ending, where your dad, he just stays there as a statue. You have the option to not do it.
Damn.
It doesn't change anything that much, but it's just like, just a bit more brutal. It's kind of cool still. So Dishonored 2, I'm going to finish up that story as well, but I also have a few games that I'm not sure, I'm kind of spoiled for choices here. Again, Jedi Survivor improved on a lot of the things I hated about Jedi Fallen Order.
I've never played, speaking of Star Wars games, I have the Fallen Order, and I haven't played it yet, but I want to play it.
Well, they fixed a lot of the problems, because I've had no problems yet with it, apart from it taking a long time to load. The frames are good.
Yeah.
I even did ray tracing for a while. The frames are fantastic. So it actually is working well. I haven't had any super bugs like that. It's a little bit harder, but it's really good. I am playing on a harder difficulty too, but still. Jedi Fallen Order, I had lots of bugs with. I didn't enjoy lots of smaller aspects too. Like there's no fast travel. You can't go back to your ship. So if you're like halfway through a level to try and get a chest, like getting all the achievements were tough for that one. And like I said, I enjoyed the game, but it was one of those ones where if I went back, I wouldn't recommend getting all the achievements because it just wasn't as fun. You go halfway through the level to get a chest, and if you want to go back, you have to go all the way back. There's no way of doing it quicker. So it just kind of sucked. But there was a lot of fun in that game. Story, I'm not sure if you'll like as much, but it is still a very, very good game. And Jedi Survivor improved on almost all the things that I don't like about Fallen Order.
Really?
So Survivor is going to be really good. I can't wait. But I'm also only an hour or 2 into it, and then I stopped because it was a much bigger game.
Oh yeah, it's
there's
Do
a
you
lot
have
more time.
do you have the new the modern version of Star Wars Battlefront 2?
No, it's very cheap right now, though.
Bro, I really recommend you getting it. It's
Yeah,
just
I just
super
bought it.
good. Chase just got it, and Dylan and I played all the time. And there's a four player co-op kind of mode on it, and it's super fun. I would
wish list.
I would really recommend it. It's super.
I'll
good.
actually probably just buy it. I'm not sure, but like I say, there's a lot of games I need to just buy, so I need to pick.
I
one.
don't the remake of the Battlefront 1. I would kind of skip over. The second one, though, Battlefront 2, is really good.
I think that's the one that I had. That's the one I had in the Origin store. Whenever I had, it was
Yeah.
with my other PC. Yeah, I don't have it anymore.
I will say I
Yeah.
did buy both Niers again.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
So I that's it. But I also have the Jedi Survivor, which again that's a big one. I'm not sure about. I also have never played Elden Ring and got it on sale. So I have Elden
Okay.
Ring.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And I got a different game, Against the Storm, which I've been playing intermittently. All of that with Wizard 101.
Love that. Love that.
So lots of games, yeah, lots of
Dude,
games.
and
many
okay,
games.
one thing I will
Yeah.
say,
I think there's another one too that I have to play.
I want you guys to do. I have one wish for the end of the year. I have put forth a lot of work, and I figured out a way to make it easier for myself as well. And I have set up the YouTube channel correctly. On the YouTube channel, it is at Hindsight Studios. You can just do you literally can type in youtube.com/at Hindsight Studios, or you can just type in at Hindsight Studios, and you can find all of the episodes of The Aftermath all on a podcast playlist. You can find it on YouTube Music now. It's all figured out. And I have a special playlist that I send a link to you of just About Nothing episodes.
Yeah.
So if you want to listen to
Stay
just
tuned, About Nothing 2024.
yeah, About Nothing's coming back.
By the way,
And-
while I have you here, Chase, I need you and Dylan for the About Nothing podcast.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
In general.
But I have
The plan was to film it tomorrow, but maybe not. I don't know.
I have put forth a lot of effort into getting all that kind of stuff all figured out. So I'm probably going to do some more work on the About Nothing side to make it all, special. But right now, again, About Nothing is going to be interspersed throughout the Aftermath feed on all the podcasting platforms.
But it's its own playlist
it's
on
got
the
its
tube.
own playlist on YouTube that he can now share with people if they want to or whatever.
Which does
And it's-
simplify things. That is nice.
It does, yeah. So, and it keeps it all consolidated in one place, and it's all free.
For simplicity, I've been showing people on Spotify, but yeah, it's very, very nice.
Yeah.
Um,
So, and of
awesome.
course, it's still going to be there on all the major podcasting platforms. Nothing else is changing. I believe that towards the beginning part of the new year, Google Podcast is going away. So anybody that listens on there is going to probably have to get transferred over to YouTube Music, which is why I've been doing all this work towards getting the podcast figured out on YouTube, because it's going to be seamlessly integrated now, which is going to help me out in the long run whenever they inevitably try to force me off of Google Podcast platform. 'Cause it's
Wave
going to
of
be
the
gone.
future.
So yeah. But anyways, that's all I wish. If you could go to the YouTube channel, you can just do at Hindsight Studios on YouTube and subscribe to that channel. Find a handful of your favorite episodes, listen to them again, like them, show Ethan some
Subscribe
love.
'em,
with
like,
with
hit
all
that
the
bell.
with the About Nothing podcast. Show some love on those episodes. There's already some love there already. But anyways,
Which is sick. Thanks.
Hey,
I'm back.
yeah.
bitch.
No need to be aggressive.
Hey, look, that's
more
why they like the podcast.
Yeah,
I think.
you're right. You're
I
right.
think they like my aggressive
Okay.
tendency.
You're right. The conspiracy still, I think, prevails because, again, the last episode we talked about. you know,
learn how Abby can help you.
Exactly. And all of a sudden, Ethan disappears. So, anyways,
We're gonna have canon lore on
you're right. You're right. Until next week for our Hyanssi Awards, stay tuned. It's a big one, and I hope you guys are excited. Ethan's going to be on that one as well, and it's a big it's a big episode. And Happy New Year, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Thank you so much for listening, and until next week,
See you.
bye bye.